Highbury. Executive Chairman of Tranmere Rovers, Mark Palios, says he wouldn't be surprised if we saw nations boycott the tournament.
I could see that. And if they did boycott the World Cup, don't forget, that's a massive blow to the World Cup's finances, because who's going to be sponsoring a World Cup without Germany, France, England, Spain?
Well, the FA and UEFA have criticised the plans, with the latter holding an emergency meeting later this week. Now, Oliver Glasner admits Nottingham Forest had to accept their place in the so-called food chain by selling Elliot Anderson. He's spoken exclusively to talkSPORT from their pre-season training camp in Portugal. The Austrian is now focused on hitting the ground running.
Prepare in the best possible way to be in the best possible shape at the beginning of the season. That's what we are doing, investing a lot, focus on creating a shared way of playing, everybody understanding each other what we want to do.
Captain Ryan Yates is certainly looking forward to working with Glasner.
She's only been here a couple of weeks, but some really fresh ideas, and yeah, hopefully the club is going in the right direction, and yeah, we're all really excited for what's to come.
And the 2026 F1 season will end up in Europe if the conflict in the Middle East makes it impossible to hold the scheduled races in Qatar and Abu Dhabi. Imola in Italy is being touted as an alternative. It was announced over the weekend that the Bahrain Grand Prix, which was due to take place in April, will now be hosted by Malaysia in October.
talkSPORT News.
The Prime Minister has refused to rule out tax increases to pay for social care reforms. And the Environment Agency has declared half of England is now in drought. Sinead has more at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit, your go-to destination for quality tyres from great brands like Continental. Visit your local centre or quickfit.com and book today.
Cloudy across Scotland and Northern Ireland with outbreaks of showery rain, although some brighter spells are possible. Elsewhere, it will be dry and sunny.
Good afternoon, this is Hawksby and Jacobs on talkSPORT. I'm Olly Clink alongside Charlie Baker. Charlie, what's coming up on today's show?
Our transfer guru Alex Crook will be joining us to talk about all the latest movers and shakers. We're joined by comedian and Celtic fan Susie McCabe later. She's going to chat about her upcoming Edinburgh show, and we'll bring you plenty of live racing with Rupert Bell and Lizzie Kelly from Glorious Goodwood.
Fantastic stuff. We'll also look at Gianni Infantino's attempts to sell off the World Cup. What a stand-up guy.
Good idea.
Good lad. Good lad. Henry Winter will be with us for that. And double Ashes winner Steve Harmison is going to join us to look at the cheating scandal in local cricket.
All of that, plus our very own Max Scott. He's out in Portugal for pre-season with his beloved Forest. Paid he's being to do that.
Unbelievable.
That kind of paid stag do with the Forest team. Yeah. And we'll be attempting the bleep test alongside the players, and we'll talk to him if he can still breathe.
Yeah, I'm having to pay to be here. It's just gone 4 minutes past 1. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Charles.
Afternoon, Ollie. Now, I've become one of those people who never thought it would happen, but I've become a fishing bore.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Really?
Showing anyone who will have a look pictures of the carp that I caught yesterday. Not even a very big carp.
Really, yeah.
I sent one to one of my friends, said, look at this carp. It was a 14-pound common carp.
14 pounds? Right, I've never fished in my life.
Okay. Imagine 14 bags of sugar in fish form.
Ooh. Wow.
Right, which for me felt like, it was too big for my net, Ollie.
Yeah, that takes some biceps, right, as well?
Right, well, I'm pretty strong, as you know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I sent it to my mate. He's like a proper fisher. And he's like caught like £48 ones, like massive.
48?
Yeah, like crazy, massive, big thing. I'm like, I don't want to catch them. I panic when I catch them.
So you've caught.
I like the fishing. I don't like the. I'm not so keen on the catching.
Do you get so? Could you get a catcher like a runner in cricket?
That'd be a good
get a
idea.
catcher for you.
Someone to sit there and deal with that, my man. Take the. No, I'm good at. I'm getting better.
That's great.
But I enjoyed it.
You've basically bought the equivalent of like a League Two fish.
Yeah, along
And
those
your mate's
lines.
Champions
That's
League.
Good shout. Yeah, good shout.
Yeah. And what was it? Common carp.
Common carp, and then I caught a mirror carp as well.
Ooh.
Here comes the mirror carp. Of course, sang. I was on my own. Still sang it, Ollie.
Oh, really?
Was anyone on my own?
Anyone else down there?
It was. Now, this is the link. I was there. It was me and another family. And the other family who were there, it was Charlie Austin. talkSPORT's own Charlie
Really?
Austin. And he came around the corner with his lad. A pair of Charlies. And a lovely pair of Charlies. And
a pair of carps.
we had a lovely chat about how neither of us knew what we were doing with fishing.
Oh, was it his first time too?
I think his. I don't want to give away what he was doing. What he does in his private time is up to him. He was having a nice time, but it was very nice to do some fishing.
Good stuff.
But I tell you what, when Mrs. Baker eventually sees sense and leaves me, Ollie, I have got a lot of good pictures for my dating profile now.
Oh yeah,
You know.
big time. Is like the top of your head cut off?
Yeah,
because the fish is so big.
The divorced dad holding a carp dating profile is mine. It's mine.
On Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of fish.
You're in
I'll
business.
be there. I'll be there with my £14 carp.
Out of interest, because we're going to chat to Steve Harmison a bit later on about this local cricket scandal. This guy's been clicking.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
What's the point?
What is the point?
Why would you? Why cheat?
Yeah, you got to win though, haven't you? It's all about winning, mate. I don't mind it.
But
I don't mind
it's
it.
not him on his own either, is it?
Oh, everyone knows, mate.
They're all in on it.
Everyone knows.
Also, that doesn't sound like a ball.
Oh, it did a bit there, didn't it? Let's be honest. Snicko. That did sound like
Big
it.
Snicko, yeah, I mean...
Yeah. But can you cheat at...
Charlie, it would be 7 bags of sugar, not 14. A bag of sugar is £2. Well, it depends on what size bag of sugar you buy, Matt, in Islington.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Who's clever now?
But can you cheat at fishing?
Trout Veghorst. Thank you, Daniel Baxter.
Yeah, Carp Heinz Rummenigge we've had as well from Daniel Baxter.
Take your fish footballers, no problem.
Yeah, bring him in. Bring him in for
Sorry,
sure.
carry on.
Hand of cod. Can you cheat at fishing? Is there a way that you can do that?
Oh, no. Now, in America, fishing is like mass bass fishing off boats.
Right.
It's like a massive tournament sport. And there's one guy who got caught massively cheating, would be putting dead fish in places, like sinking them down.
No.
I can't remember who it was, but he sort of not buried them, put them in the night before, and then he'd be claiming these massive fish, and he filled them with like heavy stuff, like rocks and stuff, because you win based on weight. So he'd pull these fish out, hold them up, like cheating.
No way.
Fishing and cheating. But we want to have a cheats amnesty today, don't we, Ollie?
We do.
We're welcoming cheats.
Yes. We'll keep it anonymous if you want us to, but we want to know, when have you sneakily cheated? It could be burying a dead fish. It could be clicking during a cricket match, but we want to hear from you. You can give us a call on that, actually, 0371722 3344. Text us on 81089, and we will take your fish footballers.
Yeah, we'll take your text, but later on we're going to do the phone in. Completely anonymous. We don't need your real name. Cheats amnesty. Tell us when you cheated, at what sport, and how. You don't have to tell us your name.
I really want to see with this cricket team that if they do a proper Steve Smith style press conference, all in tears, all they go, I've let down my family. I've clicked during the game. I don't know why I did it.
If I'm that bloke who's done it, right?
Yeah.
Rather than tail between my legs, I'm milking it.
Oh, really?
I'm going to wear like a black outfit whenever I'm in the slips or full red.
Yeah.
With a cloak.
And a glove.
With the clicker written on the back. What's they call it? Clicky ponting.
Clicky ponting, yeah.
I'm leaning in. It'll be in panto.
Yeah, he will.
It'll get panto. It'll just... Oh, here he is. Hey, make it a thing. Remember how Nasty Nick became a thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nasty Click.
Nasty Click.
There we go. But are you talking brand deals here? It's a bit like
brand deals.
Vizinha during the World Cup.
I can't click because I wear, or whatever,
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So yeah, we want your the times you've cheated. We'll have an amnesty, and we'll let you confess, really. And the more ingenious, the better. Because even if you think it's wrong, I heard Piers Morgan on Breakfast this morning calling it a disgrace, which was quite funny. But it's clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it is clever.
Well, it's not that clever. I can't believe people fell for it. And I bet he kept doing it and going, God, they're going for it.
Some of them are so obvious. It's so obvious.
They're really buying this.
Yeah.
What I do hope is the bloke's all right.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I do hope. Absolutely. Is that he's, I hope he's one of those really posh, absolutely fine, one of those sort of cricket guys. Yeah. Absolutely, get me a jug of beer, I'll be clicking next Sunday. Come and find me. I hope he's one of those guys.
And on an unrelated note, Rupert Bell's going to be bringing us live racing from Goodwood a little bit later on.
This is a good game. Rupert Bell.
Rupert Bell.
Cheat or no cheat?
Oh, I've played golf with Rupert.
Okay.
Let's just say you could have accused it.
Really?
Let's just say.
Suddenly found his ball in the
rough, and suddenly it was a Titleist 3 when he'd started with Shrixon 1. Isn't that funny, Rupert? Isn't that strange? I could have sworn it was a Titleist 1. Rupert.
Just see it.
Yeah.
That's who this clicky bloke will be like, Rupert Bell.
Yeah.
He won't care. He won't care less.
He has to be. There are rumours as well that Rupert broke a champagne glass whilst commentating yesterday.
And that is the most on-brand thing I've ever heard. Daniel's been in touch. Hello, Daniel. Dan from Guernsey here. This is how you cheat at fishing. In July 2012, Guernsey angler Matthew Clark stole a £13 13-ounce sea bass from the St. Peter Port Aquamarine. So like the, and he won the £800 first prize by pretending to catch it.
Hold on, was it £13?
Yeah, 13.
What was the size of your one?
£14 cup.
So you'd have won.
Well, I know, but
fair and square.
Different fish,
different sugar bags.
Exactly. This is the thing that people now saying. Oh, standard bag is 2.2 pounds. Not if you buy a £1 bag, then it's 14.
How much is a pint of milk, Charlie?
I don't care.
Yeah. Anyway, plenty still to come today. Alex Cook's going to join us live from Goodwood, actually. He had some day yesterday.
Anonymous has been in touch.
Oh, go on.
Once rigged the tombola at the 1996 Harvest Festival at Ranelagh School. A weight has been lifted. That's exactly what we want. You can stay anonymous, but get your calls lined up as well. 03717 223344.
Absolutely, yeah. Crookie's going to join us in just a moment. We're also going to check in with Henry Winter a bit later about Gianni Infantino and his attempts to sell off the World Cup. Plenty still to come for you. This is Clink and Baker on talkSPORT in partnership with Toolstation. First stop, Toolstation.
I'm curious, Oliver, after that initial discussion where you said you were leaving the club and then you did remarkably well, you became the most successful manager Palace have ever had. Was there late on ever a discussion to try and keep you at the club?
No, I was very clear in my message, and I told the players before I announced it publicly. I told the players before, and I told them the same, because many had concerns. Can we end the season successfully? And I told them, if they now drop their standard, I would feel that I failed. Because this was always the message, don't do it for the manager, it just makes no sense. Do it for yourself, do it for the group, do it for the fans, do it for the club. And I think then winning the Conference League just showed that we created a different mindset, that we set different standards in the club, so that the players are ambitious, they want to play European football again, that they want to win silverware. And I think this was, for me personally, was the biggest achievement in this more than 2 years at Palace, that we really could change the mindset of the players and of the club, and that makes me proud. And so it was always clear to leave, but it was also on the other side always clear that we will work very hard, that we will stick together until the end of the season to win another silverware, and that's why we could achieve it.
out there, Ollie. A lot of cheats.
What have we got?
A lot of cheats. Too many people cheating. They don't care. Once I was linesman for my son's under-12s. The other team had a shot which hit the bar, well over the line. My decision was that it did not. I took dog's abuse for 10 minutes until my son scored the winner in the last seconds.
No.
I ran on the pitch and joined in the celebrations, sticking 2 fingers up to the opposing parents. Having been in that sort of youth level football, it is every person for themselves, to be honest.
I could just imagine him waving the flag as he celebrates.
Cheat the best. But the first couple of years, you're like, oh yeah, let them play. And then by the end, you're like, yeah, eat it.
Are you a cheat, Charlie?
Never. Only in Dobble. I've cheating Dobble.
Oh, that game.
Ever played Dobble, Ollie?
Yeah. Is that when you put the card down and you have to match the...
Yeah. It's so boring. I hate it so much. And I'm bad at it. So I just go, you've got, say you're playing Toy Story Double, right?
Yeah.
There'll be all the characters. So I'll just go, Woody. That's not even there. Not even checking. No one checks.
Yeah.
No one checks. Very easy.
Winning every time.
I'm winning. Great at it.
What's going on?
Like a 10-0 record on it, brilliant at it.
Yeah, we want your cheating stories because of this cheating in local cricket. Going to chat to Steve Harmison about that a little bit later on. Glenn has called 03717 223344. Glenn, are you a cheat?
Wow.
Hi, yes, I certainly am, my friend, unfortunately, yes.
Wow,
yeah.
I don't know, I'm surprised Glenn's used his real name.
Yeah, I know. Are you Glenn?
If that's your real name,
Yeah.
Glenn.
Yeah, it might as well be. Yeah,
Okay.
So I've been called worse.
How do you cheat, Glenn? What's your cheating strategy?
Well, when we were doing cross-country at school, I was pretty fit, but not fit enough to do that, and I hid behind the bush. I thought I'd better let the first 2 go through just to show, a bit of...
Make it look natural.
Like, natural here. So I finished 3rd,
Okay.
I've run through it. And after that, to my dismay, my teacher then declared to us that the top 3 are going to represent the school at the Nationals.
Wow, county runner. You're a county runner.
Well, I finished 92nd out of 93, and he asked, what went wrong? I asked, just a bad day, sir.
Yeah.
No bushes.
Glenn, man. And have you cheated? Have you done any cheating in sport since, or did you learn your lesson?
No, I learnt my lesson on that one, my man. Cheaters never prosper, unless you're Fantini, and then there you go.
Glenn.
Bit embarrassing for that 93rd runner, isn't it? Let's be honest. Lost the cheating, Glenn.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with him, but yeah, he needs to hold his head in shame.
Glenn, thanks very much
Glenn.
indeed. 03717 223344. Now, a man who had a very good day yesterday at Glorious Goodwood. I mean, could he have been cheating? Is there a way that you can cheat with the horse race?
You need to ask Crookie about his betting technique.
We do. We're joined by talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook, live from Glorious Goodwood. How you doing, Crookie?
Hello, Crookie.
I'm very good. No cheating going on, I can promise.
Well, you had 6 winners out of 8 yesterday. I heard on breakfast you won something like $9,000. Is that right?
No, that might be a little bit inflated by Andy Goldstein, but yeah, it was just about the best day I've ever had up here. Not just the 6 winners, but a little reverse forecast that came in one of the big handicaps as well. So we go again today.
Very, very good indeed. Ollie was saying that you just back all the horses, Crookie. Is that
No.
true, or is he just telling lies about you?
I tend to have two a race. So when you've got 15, 16 runners, I don't think that's too bad.
Very good.
Race. What? So
that's allowed.
Even when there's 5 horses.
No.
don't believe this.
If I've got a strong fancy, I'll just back the 1 horse. But in the big handicaps, bit of each way money, you have to spread your bets.
Maybe it's the hat. Maybe it's the lucky hat, Crookie.
Well, I didn't wear it yesterday, but I am wearing the same jacket and the same tie, and I'm going to keep wearing that until I lose.
Well done.
But with the hat, so it will be the unlucky hat, and maybe finally you'll stop wearing it.
Maybe you should burn the hat. A ceremonial burning of the hat.
I'll bring the lighters.
I can tell you, we're on the champagne lawn today. It's very hot down there, so I could have done with a hat, but my wife made me leave it at home.
Oh, good work. Good work. Yeah, I mean, Crookie, obviously you've had a brilliant day there today. What are we expecting from Goodwood this afternoon?
I think we've got some brilliant racing. We've just been speaking to George Bowie, who's got the favourite in the big race that you're going to hear live on talkSPORT of 4:10. Bo Echo, he's very sweet on his chances. Bo Echo, I think he's about even money, maybe just about 6-4. But yeah, George Bowie certainly was confident on that. Oh, very good. Very good. Do you know what? That's twice I've fallen for that. I fell for that down on the champagne lawn as well.
Oh, I had to,
Unbelievable.
mate. Had to. No, go on. Go on, what else?
Well, the one that Rupert tipped up, I think the 3 o'clock Planet Seeker, I've already backed as well. And Rupert had a good day tipping yesterday. So Yeah, we're both on that. And in the first race, one against the field, Tiara del Toro at a decent price is my pick there.
Okay.
Very nice.
Okay. But the thing is, I don't know. He had such a good day yesterday.
Yeah.
But I'm there like, do I follow him today?
Rupert having a good day. I mean, even a stop clock's right twice a day. So, well done to him.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Crookie, we should get into a bit of transfer news with you. Firstly, this pursuit of Vinicius Junior by Arsenal, which only seemed to last about 2 or 3 days. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it was over before it really began, wasn't it? I think there was always a suspicion that the Vinicius Junior could be using this Arsenal interest to help his cause when it comes to contract negotiations at Real Madrid. I think Jose Mourinho, from what I'm told, has made it pretty clear to the hierarchy that he didn't want to do that deal. I'm not sure that Vinicius Junior was desperate to swap Madrid for North London, in all honesty. So I would now expect him to sign a new contract, and Arsenal's pursuit for a new superstar winger goes on, having also missed out, of course, on Morgan Rogers.
The one I need to ask you about, of course, because, I mean, this has been a very strange transfer saga, not just mainly because of the way that sometimes it's been reported. Bruno Guimaraes from my Newcastle to potentially Arsenal. Now, the thing that's given me hope is actually related to fishing, Charlie, because he's been fishing on his holidays.
Is he?
I'm not sure if he caught a £14 common carp, but he was wearing a Newcastle bucket hat, and that is something I'm massively clinging to at the moment, Crookie. But where do you see this deal right now?
Well, I think I'm right in saying he's due back at training on Friday, and at the moment there's no suggestion that he's going to follow the Alexander Isak playbook and down tools or refuse to train in order to force this move. It's no secret that he wants to join Arsenal and that Arsenal want to buy him. I think the bone of contention with Newcastle is there's not actually been too much direct contact between Arsenal and Newcastle, so a lot of this is playing out in the media. Eddie Howe is frustrated about that, the hierarchy are frustrated about that. I still think if Arsenal make a bid and he's got an 8 at the start of it, £80 million, I think Guimaraes will be sold.
Is a cheap option for them Marcus Rashford, do you think, Cricky? I've had a few people connecting the two.
I'm just not sure Marcus Rashford is a Mikel Arteta type player. If you look at what he's done and why Arsenal have been so successful on his tenure, he weeded out the sort of problematic characters from the dressing room. So I'm not sure that he would necessarily welcome Marcus Rashford with open arms. I think if he goes anywhere in London, I'm keeping an eye on Tottenham. I could see that deal happening. Roberto De Zerbi believing that he can get the best out of Marcus Rashford. When you say a cheap deal, I think probably an offer of £30 million will be accepted by Manchester United, but you have to factor in he's on £325,000 a week at Old Trafford and doesn't seem too willing to take a pay cut.
Crookie, Chelsea, who have signed kids for a number of years now, seems like they're getting Dad's Army through the door. Danny Welbeck and Jordan Henderson potentially joining.
Yeah, it's a complete sea change, isn't it, at Stamford Bridge? We understand Danny Welbeck is a done deal, 2-year contract agreed. He'll undergo a medical and will join Chelsea on their pre-season tour. And I think talks with Jordan Henderson are moving in the right direction as well. What's interesting there is that he's still got a year left in his contract at Brentford, but there is a gentleman's agreement that he can leave on a free transfer, so that would be Chelsea not having to pay a fee and obviously bring a bit of experience in the dressing room, a player that Xabi Alonso will know all about. And I think really this is what Enzo Maresca was so frustrated about last season, that he couldn't bring in those wily old heads. Obviously he ended up leaving mid-season. They missed out on European football, and to be fair, they said after Maresca went that they would evaluate, or after Rossini went, I think that they would evaluate and maybe work out if they needed to go in a different direction, and certainly the hierarchy are doing that.
Yeah, I think Welbeck in particular is a really good signing, brilliant season for Brighton, and they'll be linking up with João Pedro. 2
good seasons really for Brighton, and as you say, they had a good relationship with João Pedro on and off the pitch, so I'm sure that's played a part as well. And I would expect now Liam Delap and Nicholas Jackson to move on. I think
I was going to say, who goes out the door, do you think? Because Nicholas Jackson had a goodish loan spell last season, didn't he? And Liam Delap, he was sort of tipped as the next big England prospect, but I don't know who that is anymore, Cricky.
Well, it's a worry, when the time comes for Harry Kane to hang up the captain's armband and retire from international football, because there's not a plethora of number 9s coming through the door. You're right, Liam Delap was seen at one stage as next cab off the rank, but he got 1 goal in 28 Premier League games for Chelsea. I know Ipswich fans would love him back. David Moyes met with him last summer, so I think Everton are keen. And I do wonder, maybe is there a deal to be done at Brighton? The fact Welbeck's gone one way, could Liam Delap maybe come in the opposite direction, because they need extra firepower up front as well?
He's still young, and he's still got time.
Yeah. He maybe needs to join an Everton.
I think Everton's a good shout.
Somewhere where he's going to get a bit of game time. Crookie, of course, the big story over the last day or so is Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, trying to sell off the World Cup. The chief sports reporter for The Times Martin Ziegler, who broke the story, joined Andy Goldstein and Andy Townsend on talkSPORT Breakfast this morning. He's unsure whether Infantino will be able to pull it off.
Talk about it. It's
quite hard,
Infantino's
I think, for Infantino to push this through.
Crookie, can we get you back in on that story and what your thoughts are on it? And unfortunately, we couldn't hear Martin Ziegler there. But I mean, obviously, it feels like an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, disgrace is the word, and I think it's encouraging that so many member associations have come out and condemned it. We got a strong statement from CONCACAF around about this time yesterday. Central America have expressed their concerns, and so have the FA, describing it as deeply concerning. And there is a meeting, I think, among the 55 UEFA nations to discuss possibly a boycott of FIFA. So, I mean, that would be extreme measures, but this has been building, isn't it? Not just with Infantino effectively trying to sell the beautiful game, but some of his charades at the World Cup, getting that red card suspension for Flo Balogun lifted, I think was the final straw for a lot of members. So interesting to see what direction this goes in.
Crookie, we should let you go because you've got to back every horse in every race, so that's going to take quite a lot of time.
Two in the first. Two in the first.
Let us know how you get on throughout the afternoon, and hope you have as good a day as you had yesterday, mate.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Cheers,
Keep up the good
Crookie.
work.
Good luck.
There we go. Hope he gets rid of that hat, though, Charlie.
I mean, I like a cowboy hat. It's just a bad cowboy hat.
It is, yeah, and it's funny in
And
America.
actually, Crookie is sort of a big guy. He could cope with a decent hat.
Yeah, it's funny in America, but then it's almost like a stag do. You come back from it and it's like, take it off now.
As teenagers, we'd go up to London, right, from Devon, and go Camden Market, and we'd end up with like some tie-dye thing or a yin and yang thing, from Camden Market, and it would always be about Taunton. We'd go, well, I'll take this off, I think.
Just past Tiverton Park.
Yeah, just I don't think I'm going to wear this anymore.
And obviously, we were talking about transfers there with Crookie. The latest episode of the Transfer Insiders podcast is now available. Ryan Scott Douglas and comedian and Arsenal fan Jacob Hawley discuss Bradley Barcola to Liverpool. They also talk about Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal. Please stay, Bruno. And the latest goings on at Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur. You can listen on the talkSPORT app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It has gone crazy, but I think that you almost have to just suspend your reality.
And not the worst things about this crazy spending. How many in the history of the Premier League have actually landed?
No, that's true.
One.
I would say of
Virgil
the most
van Dijk. One
of the most expensive players in the Premier League. Like Romelu Lukaku is on that list twice.
Yeah.
And he failed twice. Paul Pogba is on that list.
Yeah.
Failed.
Harry Maguire's not failed, but
I mean, Andrei Shevchenko at one point would have been on that list. Failed. Fernando Torres at one point would have been on that list. Failed.
Yeah.
There are countless examples of players who have moved for huge amounts of money, come with that level of expectation. And
Declan Rice has lived up to it.
Declan Rice has most certainly lived
still
up to
too much, but he's lived up to it.
Well, Declan Rice is actually an interesting one because I would argue that if there is a £100 million player, Declan Rice is it. Declan Rice.
That's 100 million.
I think Declan Rice has.
100 million.
Well, if you look at what Declan Rice has done since he's been at Arsenal, he won European silverware, uninspiring European silverware in my opinion, but he won European silverware at West Ham. He then went to Arsenal and was the catalyst to them ending a 20-year Premier League trophy drought. So yeah, I think if anybody is worth, he's been a stalwart of an England team that has had some.
pressure moment this is now for Bukayo Saka. Penalty number 5 for England. He has to score. Saka against Donnarumma, left foot in! And it has been saved! It just isn't meant to be. England despairing, defeated, and on penalties yet again.
Boo.
Oh, gut-wrenching, innit?
Was that?
Were you?
Yeah, was that?
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Left straight away.
Yeah, straight out the door. Straight out the door. You can't
Just
say
went, I'm hanging around. I don't want to see the rest of it.
Don't want to stay for the Italy trophy?
No.
I'm gone. I'm gone. This is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT with me, Olly Clink, alongside Charlie Baker. And the reason we're playing that is because Roberto Mancini, who did that to England as the Italy boss, has now retaken charge of the Italian national team.
Third choice.
It's been an
third, fourth choice.
Yeah, must be.
I wonder if he minds that.
Yeah, I know. This is after Andrea Pirlo ruled himself out of the running for the job because of some links to a Russian betting company. Alongside that, the technical director, Paolo Maldini, also then quit, and Claudio Ranieri has taken his place. I mean, it's like a who's who, isn't it, of Italian football, really? For more on this now, we're joined by Daniele Fisichella, Italian football expert. How are you doing, Daniele?
Hi, Daniele.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm well, thank you.
Good. I mean, what do you make of this? Mancini coming back through the door, but also all of the context around it.
Well, it's been messy, to say the least. The last 16 days of Italian football have brought us a new level of chaos, something that even us that live at these latitudes were not used to it. Look, I do think that in the end, Mancini was probably the choice number one, at least for the Italian FA president, Giovanni Malagò, who's been elected at the end of June, but he's always been the main candidate since Italy crashed out from the playoff for the World Cup back in March. And Malagò is a close friend to Mancini. He really likes him and he really evaluates what he's done, both as a player and as a manager. So, of course, we almost went full circle from Mancini back in April to Mancini now at the end of July. In the middle, we had the approach to Pep Guardiola first, to Carlo Ancelotti second, but they looked more like PR stunts. But of course, when the real drama developed and the real messiness was between the no from Guardiola and Ancelotti to the approach with Pirlo, which seemed to be destined to become the new manager of Italy, only for the the links with the Russian betting company and his participation in a testimonial match in Moscow back in May. But of course, he was sponsored mainly by Paolo Maldini and Leonardo, the two new technical directors, who perhaps thought they were going to have many more powers than what they actually had. But Giovanni Malagò, the president of the FA, was never a big sponsor of Pirlo, but not because of the Russian links. I think this is pure hypocrisy. Let me tell you quite straight. I think it's because of the lack of experience of Pirlo and because his CV is quite bare. But the fact that he had links with Russia in a contract that could have been, torn apart very easily is probably an excuse. It's probably smoke mirrors. But of course, he brought chaos into the situation, and in the end, Mancini was the only credible candidate in the running. A return after he escaped from the Italy job in 2023, which he believed it was messy. It was a mess. He went to Saudi Arabia, got paid 25 millions, got sacked there for almost not qualifying the team to the World Cup, and now he's back. So he's got a lot to be to make himself be forgiven. To be fair.
How's it gone down with the Italian supporters, Daniele? Because they would have rathered Andrea Pirlo take that job despite the lack of experience and, of course, those links to the Russian betting company?
No, Pirlo was the least favourites of the many options between medias and fans alike, because the fact that although he was considered almost somebody destined to be a coach, his experience is limited. His experience with Juventus was okay, but I think he really need to cut his cloth many more years. And he was a new name. Probably somebody could have brought a bit of a more enthusiasm, but in terms of experience, he was lacking. So he was the least favorite choice. The main choices were between Mancini, Antonio Conte, but of course, the number one was Pep Guardiola because he's the best out there, but nobody really believed that Pep Guardiola would have accepted the economical offer from the FA, but also the fact that he wanted to have at least 1 year sabbatical, and even taking the Italy job would have been probably too much too soon for him. So no, Pirlo was not the main man. But when it comes to who chose Pirlo, definitely Maldini and Leonardo. They were popular appointments among fans because for months and months after Italy lost to Bosnia-Herzegovina, we heard we need somebody inside the FA that knows the game really well, that knows the Italian setup really well, someone like Paolo Maldini. Well, when Paolo Maldini arrived, then he realized that he didn't have carte blanche. He couldn't just decide straight away, and then he decided to leave basically in sort of my way or the highway. So it only lasted 2 weeks, but yeah, he's been extremely chaotic. The appointment of Mancini is seen probably as the least damaging one, because he almost is a nod to the past, of course, but also somebody who's not afraid to making the hard choices, looking at the futures, but again, probably is not in not such a drastic way that a new manager or somebody with less experience maybe would have done.
Yeah, I think a lack of experience is the key in all of it, really, isn't it? Mancini's success was based on a very experienced, very good, but very experienced team, and it feels like the Italian squad at the moment doesn't have that experienced backbone in it. How do you think Mancini will cope with that with younger players?
It's a difficult task in hand, Charlie, because the squad that Mancini inherits now, it's probably less talented than the one that he left in 2023.
Yeah.
And if you look back at 2018, when Mancini took over the Italy job, back then Bonucci, Chiellini, Verratti, Jorginho, Immobile, Insigne, Chiesa, they were still in their prime. And of course, Mancini established a brand of football that was unseen until then with Italy, an Italy that wanted to dominate possession, they wanted to attack, they wanted to score 2 or 3 goals, they were not just content to sit back and defend. And of course, he went 37 games unbeaten, a record that is just been broken by Spain right now, in the last week. But at the moment, he finds a pool of talent really, really small. Therefore, it's not a given that he can bring immediate success. But we know he is not afraid of making the difficult calls. He's not afraid of calling uncapped players or young players. So he's going to be shrewd, of course. But, he will be under big scrutiny from day one, given how difficult his appointment has been, and after such a chaotic period.
Daniele, John Stones is moving from Manchester City to Inter Milan. I'm expecting a kind of Scott McTominay style glow up potentially, maybe a big mural of him doing the shoulder dance.
Those McTominay tomatoes that he goes on about so much.
Feed John Stones some of those tomatoes, but it's a good signing for them, isn't it?
I think it's a coup. I think it's great because Inter has beaten the competition of a couple of Premier Leagues, perhaps Chelsea and Arsenal, who might want to sign him as a free transfer, and it's never easy to match the offers of any other Premier League club for Italian club. And also because they bring somebody that, if fits, it's one of the best defenders there's ever been in the Premier League, not just for his defensive roles and defensive duties, but also for his ability on the ball. I mean, Italian fans know him well, but from his performances in the 2023 Champions League final against Inter, they had even more chances to admire how well he's playing out of position, in a position of a midfielder. So he's going to play in a back three alongside Manuel Akanji, who of course he knows him very well from Manchester City. And what you said about Scott McTominay is absolutely true. Going from the Premier League to the Serie A, which is played as lower tempo, where the intensity is not as high, is slightly less physical, can only benefit players who have got such a huge experience like John Stones, and have been coached for 7 years by Pep Guardiola, the best in the world. So Inter are buying a top class defender who's been coached at the highest possible level. And again, if he's fit and he's motivated, as I imagine he's going to be playing for the reigning Italian champions, I think Inter have done a really, really big coup. They're still in the lookout maybe for another signing from the Premier League, perhaps El Cuti Romero, Christian Romero from Tottenham, but of course Tottenham demands 50 million euros. So while there was the opportunity to sign Joe Stones on a free and relatively cheap contract, I would say 4.5 million euros per year, it does not break the bank for Inter. I think, yeah, it is a major coup.
Daniele, thanks very much indeed,
Thanks,
mate.
Daniele.
There we go, Daniele Fisichella, Italian football.
Some player, John Stones.
I think
he had
a good World Cup,
I'm amazed no one in the Premier League, but maybe he didn't want that. Maybe he wanted to play abroad.
Yeah, little. Oh, yeah, it's nice though, isn't it?
He said nice little feet up at the end of his career.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you were thinking?
Italian champions, yeah.
Just nice.
Get your feet up, John.
Get your feet up, have a nice time in the sunshine.
Yeah. Slower pace there.
Slower pace. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful, isn't it?
Pretty Italian-style player, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Great.
Yeah,
a libero, really good.
How would you do it? What's his name in Italian? I was gonna give it.
No, I was gonna say Juan. It's not
Giovanni.
Juan,
Is it Giovanni?
Giovanni Stone.
Stone. There you go.
I don't know. I'll look it up.
Oh, okay, yeah, please do. By the way, the Commonwealth Games is well underway in Glasgow. talkSPORT is bringing you all of the action. Here's our reporter John Cushing with more.
Yeah, and big news from the boxing this lunchtime. Defending Commonwealth Games champion Rosie Eccles is through to the semis after the referee stopped her quarter-final after 2 knockdowns. The Welsh fighter, who's retiring from boxing after these games, is looking to be the first ever to defend the light middleweight title. And Michaela Walsh of Northern Ireland also guaranteed a medal in the 4th games on the trot for her. The 2022 gold medalist in the featherweight beat Scotland's Lara Brown in a unanimous judges' decision. Staying with Northern Ireland, because 2022 silver medalist Kate O'Connor has the lead here at the Scotstoun Stadium in the heptathlon after throwing a Commonwealth Games best ever in the javelin. The final event is in the 800 metres tonight. World record holder Josh Kerr has told talkSPORT that everyone's ready to rip in the final of the men's Commonwealth Mile at the weekend. He even raised his arms to the crowd with 150 metres to go as he won his heat earlier. British champion and defending Commonwealth Games champion Duncan Scott won't be in the men's 200 metre freestyle final tonight. He failed to qualify fast enough in the heats this morning. Tom Dean will be there, who won the silver 4 years ago. In the 3x3 basketball, we're getting to the climax. England are through to the men's final again. They beat New Zealand 21-16, and they will face the Aussies again, who beat Scotland 21-14. England, the defending champions. And I've just watched this YouTube video because England's former Australian, now cyclist Matt Richardson, is out of the games after being taken out in a Keirin race at the weekend in Japan. Team England have wished him a speedy recovery and look forward to seeing him back on the track, but he won't be at these games. It is incredible. I didn't know shoulder barging was allowed in Keirin. If you fancy being here, the tickets are still available. Check out glasgow2026.com. The Commonwealth Games are live across the talkSPORT network.
John, thanks very much indeed. Don't forget, by the way, Natalie Sawyer and Olympic gold medalist Greg Rutherford are going to bring you a special show tonight, talking all things Commonwealth Games. Tune in from 7 o'clock over on talkSPORT 2. This is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT. Henry Winter joins us next.
This is probably one that Darryl would be more interested in because it concerns his beloved Liverpool.
Don't sign him. Don't sign him.
You don't want
him? No, not for that kind of money, no. We need a central defender. We need another midfielder. Yes, we need a winger. They spent 100-odd million on him. They're not going to do any more, and we need a right back. I just think, I look at his figures, and I look at where he is and whatever else. No, I'm not having it. Not having it. No.
Wow. See, I think he'd be a great addition to the Premier League. But in terms of the figures, obviously PSG were touting over the weekend. They wanted 145 million. I think the opening bid from Liverpool is going to be a lot less than that, maybe nearer the 80 to 100 million pound mark with add-ons. Will that be enough to persuade them to do business? Who knows? But Barker isn't signing a new contract as it stands, so PSG not necessarily in a strong position.
Why do you think he'll be a serious asset in the Premier League? Tell me what he can do in the Premier League. I've looked at all his data. I've seen his Champions League data. I've seen in France. Someone even put up a comparison with Cody Gakpo. and I'm not his biggest fan. Gakpo was pretty much ahead of him in a lot of the data. World Cup goals, Champions League goals, and I'm not no comparison, but you've just made a statement there that you want to see him in the Premier League and whatever. Why?
I think he's a top player. I think he's been a top player for France. He's part of a PSG team that won the Champions League 2 seasons in a row. And I think we need that bit of stardust in the Premier League. We've lost, obviously, Mo Salah. You'd have been sad to see him go. It doesn't look like Vinicius Junior is going to end up on these shores. Yan Diamonde was wanted by Liverpool at one stage, but he's going to Real Madrid. So...
This is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT with me, Olly Clink, alongside Charlie Baker. Charlie, did you find out what John Stones is in Italian?
It is Giovanni Pietra.
It's a lot nicer, isn't it?
Here we are.
What are you?
I am Carlos Panettiere.
What is it?
Carlo Panettiere.
Charlie Baker.
Charlie Baker.
Love it. Do you know what? I've got my day...
What are you, Olly Clink? What's Clink?
Oh, I'll just be Olivero Clink.
There's only one Olly Clink.
Can't change Clink.
Can't change it.
It's stuck.
Where do you think? Where's it come from? Your name? Do you think? A long history of people in jail.
A lot of prison. A lot of prison.
A lot of prison all the way back.
All the way back to the Middle Ages. And I've finally broken the curse.
People constantly being released and put back in. Born in jail.
And it just stuck.
And
it just stuck. Exactly. No, I got my day 365 for Italian the other day, so I should have known that.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you doing? The old... Duolingo.
I've remembered one phrase.
Yeah, it's great until you're in the wild.
Yeah.
I did 6 months of French. Thought I was pretty good. The moment anyone speaks back to you, it's over.
All you've got is, I like baguette.
Yeah, oui. Je voudrais un jambon sandwich, s'il vous plaît.
And that doesn't get you that far, unfortunately.
Où est la bibliothèque? Dans la piscine. That's all I've got.
Yeah, me too. I've got mi piace la torta. I like cake.
That's
genuinely
that's good.
That's all I've got. Well, yeah, I mean, it helps me out.
That's all you got. Once they speak back to you, oh, no.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
It's so much
Leave me alone.
Now, anyway, the big story over the last day or so has been to do with the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, trying to sell off the World Cup to private investors. There's been a bit of a development to this story today. He's written to all 211 member associations and said that they'll receive £30 million if they back his controversial plan to sell off those stakes. And he set a deadline for the 19th of September. Joining us now to look at this is Henry Winter, Sunday Edition host and sports journalist. Henry, how are you?
Very good. Yeah, lovely to see you. Charlie, you're looking very sleek. Is it the festival season?
I've just always try and look age appropriate is what I try. I was told at the weekend I look too French. Henry, is there such a thing?
No, I think it's a sort of Gallic Tom Selleck.
Okay, well, I'll take that.
You look like you've done Tom 6 months of French, I think.
Tom Gallic.
I mean, Henry, just on this story, what was your reaction to the initial news when it broke?
Well, my reaction, like most football fans, was the World Cup is not Gianni Infantino's to sell.
No.
And if we saw, I was out at the World Cup, you guys were covering it. If you allow political interference, which there was in terms of the Balogun decision to suspend his suspension, if you allow commercial interference, which there was in terms of the rehydration breaks, because those were obviously sponsored, and for the American television market, they were obviously very lucrative. If you're allowing interference in the game, where does it lead to? And I think if you're opening the door to, admittedly, a subsidiary of FIFA, to venture capitalists who basically look at the World Cup as if it's some ball bearing plant in, Missouri or wherever, this is the World Cup. This is about the heart and soul of the game. You can't buy part of the Nobel Peace Prize. You shouldn't be able to buy even an affinity, an association for your commercial practice for commercial reasons. Maybe it's ego, maybe it's influence on some of these venture capitalists. But basically, they're doing it because they know that they're going to make huge amounts of money out of the World Cup. And I don't see why they should be there. But as you say, Infantino, who has just offered this shop of $40 million, 30 million quid, which will obviously help him get voted back into power in March, which he probably would have done anyway. And I think it's good that UEFA particularly have come out incredibly strongly, because you can't have a World Cup without UEFA. Was it 6 of the 8 quarterfinalists were European countries? So UEFA has got the power, but £30 million for a lot of these national associations, these member associations, the 211 who vote for Infantino or about Infantino, for some of them, that's 4 or 5 times their annual revenue. So I think it's going to be a close run thing.
We saw this with the Club World Cup as well, an unpopular idea that nobody wanted to happen, and yet surely the system is broken, Henry, because one man can get these things through and never be voted out, because obviously every single country has the same value of vote. So the system is broken. So whoever comes in next, whenever that may be, surely that system needs to change, that you only get so long in the job.
And of course, the irony by then is when Infantino's presidency, we assume he'll get another 4 years from March, he'll go straight into the job running this extra commercial element and probably have 10 times his salary, because he's just come from a country where the commissioner of, say, baseball, and particularly the NFL, he's probably on $60 million a year. And Infantino, I'm surmising here, but he may look at that and think, well, FIFA's latest accounts show him basically on $5 million a year, a little bit over that with bonuses for a successful World Cup. So, he's looking at quite a nice retirement.
Henry, you mentioned the strong reaction from UEFA there. Do you think there is a world where we see a boycott from the European nations, especially some of the bigger European nations?
Well, it's difficult because the next World Cup is obviously predominantly in Europe. I mean, Spain and Portugal, obviously an element in Morocco. And of course, it starts out, because it's the centenary, in Uruguay, Paraguay and Argentina, Uruguay being the centenary host. But wouldn't it be sad? Look, on the back, you guys enjoyed the World Cup. Okay, there was political interference, there was commercial interference. There was clearly absolutely scandalous ticket prices. But on the whole, and I was just covering England in the final as well, it was a good World Cup in terms of, in a slightly tense world, countries getting on with each other, fans getting on with each other, England, Mexico fans, absolutely brilliant time in the Azteca before and after, 90 minutes of stick being handed out during the game, a bit longer. But, and that's what the tournament should be about. So it's just a question of what we want from FIFA, what we want from football. Do we want the game to be about Rodri and that magnificent Spanish side? Do we want the game to be about Jude Bellingham and what a fantastic player he is? Do we want the game to be about the Tartan Army and the England fans mixing with the Mexican fans and having a brilliant time at a tournament? For me, and I'm sure you guys as well, that's what it should be about. It shouldn't be about venture capitalists sitting in Wall Street thinking how much money they can make for themselves and from their shareholders by getting a claim on something which is a sporting prize. It's not some, as I say, it's not some ball bearing factory in Wisconsin or wherever.
Well, I feel like the events that do it well are the Masters, Ryder Cup, Wimbledon. You see very little, if any, sponsorship at those things. It's obviously there in a subtle way. But because they're so confident that the event itself is so strong, it seems to be done in the right way. Henry, does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely makes sense, and in a classy way. And they will also know that the broadcasters will absolutely come in. I mean, it's not as if it's not.
No one's not going to cover it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they've made a huge amount of profit. This is the most profitable World Cup ever because of the sort of broadcasting, as you say, the sponsors who want to get involved. I don't see why FIFA should risk some of their governance to venture capitalists, which is the road that this is potentially going down. So it'd be interesting to see how the other confederations react. Be interesting huge element of this is how the players react. Because if the players, and particularly their agents, seeing all this money flowing into FIFA's coffers yes, heading out elsewhere, they'll say, well, hang on a sec, it's absolutely guaranteed to be a 64-team World Cup in 2030. We are going to exhaust ourselves for another week. If we're going to do that, we want another slice of the action. And absolutely, the players deserve to be paid, because the World Cup, the game, is nothing without the players and the fans. And the fans themselves, I was talking to some England fans this morning who are going to be protesting against Infantino and against FIFA and this idea, which might be already in fruition by the time of England's next game, Nations League qualifier, late September, against Spain, the world champions. And we should be celebrating them, not celebrating how much the World Cup can be bought for.
All right, Henry, thank you very much indeed.
Brilliant, Henry. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Cheers, Tom.
There we go. Henry Winter there, Sunday Edition co-host and sports journalist. I mean, can you imagine if there is a boycott and England get to the final and then lose to Wales? Just still can't get over the line.
There won't be.
Be a boycott. I know, it's worrying. It's very worrying, isn't it? This is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT in partnership with Toolstation. Only got time for one stop. First stop, Toolstation.
It's boxing. I said it in the interview the other day. It's heavyweight boxing. He got caught by a fighter who's had 20 knockouts. Yes, albeit Prenga wasn't a hugely recognised name prior to that, but you don't get 20 knockouts, without being able to punch. And that's boxing. And the reality is, as AJ showed, it's getting back up from that and building your way back into the fight and finishing it the way he did. Did I expect that in the first round? No. But he showed his heart, his determination, and everything that's got him to this point in the sport.
Are you into boxing conspiracies?
No, I mean, is Simon Jordan under the desk somewhere?
He's on holiday this week, mate. But I've got his tweet here.
Well, yeah, you've got Simon Jordan. You got the other guy.
Oh yeah, but Paulie Malignaggi was on a little earlier on as well.
Exactly.
He said a very similar thing. So basically, Simon wrote on X, I'm sure people have seen this, that he wasn't having the fight and that something was not quite right, as it was designed to rinse the maximum amount of money. Do you agree?
I mean, did he confirm any more? Has he spoken about it verbally?
I've not personally spoken to him, mate. I don't like to put words in people's mouths off the back of social media. No, I've not spoken to him about it, mate. I'm just going off what he's written on social media.
From what he's written, what he's suggesting is that the fight was in some way, I guess what he's trying to say is fixed.
Yeah.
So you think AJ got knocked down?
Sport. A very good afternoon. You're listening to talkSPORT here with your sports headlines. I'm Amelia Beltrao. Following Infantino's bombshell plans to sell off the World Cup, he's issued another one. Sign up within the next 53 days or miss out on 40 million quid. Those who sign up after can claim 20 million, while CONCACAF and the FA have released statements stressing their concerns, adding they were only made aware of the plans via the media. UEFA will hold an emergency meeting this week to discuss those plans. Executive Chairman of Tranmere Rovers, Mark Palios, reckons they'll have to produce content to get hold of that cash.
The schedule at the top end of the game is so heavily packed already that, that's really going to cause problems, not just with player health, but also, I think more fundamentally, it may start to pull the game away from its roots.
Meanwhile, Oliver Glasner has been speaking exclusively to talkSPORT from Forest pre-season camp. He's weighed in on FIFA's plans for a bigger World Cup. He says enough is enough.
I think it's enough, and it should be how it has been. Football in the center of the sports. That's the best thing. That's what every fan loves, what every player loves, every manager loves, and hopefully that stays as long as possible.
talkSPORT understands Danny Welbeck to Chelsea is a done deal. That's a 2-year contract. He'll now undergo a medical and will join the Blues on their pre-season tour. Meanwhile, talks with Jordan Henderson are moving in the right direction as well. Now, talkSPORT understands Maurizio Pochettino is expected to stay on as USA head coach until the 2030 World Cup. We'll bring you more on that as we get it. And could we see F1 return to Imola this season? The sports bosses have set a mid-September deadline to decide whether Qatar and Abu Dhabi can host the final 2 rounds of 2026 amid continued conflict in the Middle East. If they can't, the season will conclude in Europe.
talkSPORT News.
Half of England is now in a drought, and the PM's not ruling out tax rises to pay for social care reform. Sinead's more at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. The big summer sale is now on, with great deals on a wide range of tyres. Visit quickfit.com and book today. Conditions apply.
Cloudy across Scotland and Northern Ireland with outbreaks of showery rain, although some brighter spells are possible. Elsewhere, dry and sunny.
Good afternoon, this is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT. In for Hawksby and Jacobs, I'm Olly Clink alongside Charlie Baker. Plenty still to come for you. We've got to talk about that cheating scandal in local cricket. Double Ashes winner Steve Harmison is going to join us a bit later on. We'll do a bit of Newcastle with him as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Having a lovely summer, aren't you, Ollie, with Newcastle United? Enjoying it?
Brilliant, mate. Yeah, really enjoying it. Losing 3 of our best players.
Yeah.
Signing a load of kids. Got a great kit as well.
Got Dan Burn.
Looks like a barcode.
Dan Burn play on his own. Isn't he? Dan Burn.
Yeah. Put him up front. Thomas Tuchel tried it.
Constantly just header in headers. Oof.
That's how we're going to win the league.
Going to win the league.
That's how we're going to do it.
In defence.
Oh,
swing it into Burn.
No, I mean, it's got to a stage, I think I mentioned it earlier, where Bruno Guimaraes was wearing a Newcastle hat.
The bucket hat, yeah.
The bucket hat when he was fishing, and I'm just clinging on to that. It's honestly, it's like looking
Sound a bit desperate.
Yeah. It's like looking at someone.
The surname Clink originates primarily. Thank you to Evie or Ev for this. I won't read it all, it's long. The surname Clink originates primarily from England, Scotland, and Northern Europe. A bit boring.
Okay. Thanks, Dad.
It developed as a topographic name, an occupational name, or a regional variation of European immigrant names. Historical, do you want a historical route? Are we bored yet?
Go
Tell me when you're bored.
I'm not. Because it's my name.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Go on.
English topographic occupational.
You could sound excited, though, Charles.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Go, do it again.
No, I don't want to do. Derived from, should I do it in the Go Get It voice? Derived from the Middle English words relating to a piece of metal forging, a ringing bell, or a variant of clinch. Cinch. You could be sponsored by Cinch.
Yeah, but that fella from the local cricket's probably tied that.
Yeah, he will do by now.
time.
Yeah. Early records include Martin Clink, the 1327 Suffolk Subsidy Tatton Board now.
Grandad to me, old Martin. Grandad Martin.
Speaking about cheating, when's the birthday spread back? Exactly, John at Deb's Ironing Shop. Next week, I think. Don't know. In talks. We're in talks. Some pre-season friendlies going on. It's fine.
If you need any involvement, if you need a...
Has Ollie done his Jim White impression yet? No to Baladze.
Not yet. I'll save it. I'll save it to 3:45. I'll save it to 4:45.
Will you?
Yeah.
Our sources are telling
and then I'll do...
Our sources are telling us it'll be 3:45.
I'll do it 4:45.
Yeah.
Subject to a medical. On the 17th floor of the news building here at News UK.
There's been a fax has gone in.
But I will do the full 15 minutes as Jim.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're missing Jim as well. He's away.
Of course, always miss Jim.
Someone else we're missing is talkSPORT's very own Max Scott, who is living the dream.
He's not missing us.
Oh, not at all. He is a massive Nottingham Forest fan. He is out at pre-season training. Oh, yes, in Portugal as well. So he's got the sunshine too.
Wait.
Max, how are you doing, my friend?
Max. Hi, boys. Well, I've been doing great. Obviously, like 13-year-old Max would just be out of his mind about what I'm doing right now. I'm obviously joining Forest in their pre-season tour. Until about 15 minutes ago, I was absolutely loving it. But the bosses at talkSPORT thought it'd be a good idea to put me through Oliver Glasner's sort of standards and the paces of the pre-season intensity here at Forest. So I've just done a bleep test. Literally, I finished about 5 minutes ago.
Wow.
I did a bleep test and then did 5 minutes in the ice bath answering Forest trivia questions, which I'm pleased to report I passed with flying colours.
Oh, good news.
But honestly, still now, I'm absolutely blowing. That was the most difficult thing I've done physically. Honestly, as long as I can remember.
So, like bleep tests, I know you'll have all done this in PE, but obviously it's when you run it, isn't it? Between it's like 20 metres and there's a beep, and the beep gets faster. Charlie's shaking his head.
Never done a bleep test. Never done a bleep. I don't think I'll ever do one. I don't think I have no need to do one.
Last time I did it was GCSE PE.
Oh, yeah.
And I weighed about 4 pounds 3 ounces.
Oh, yeah.
And had a good engine on me.
Yeah.
But now it's slightly different. I'm 100 kilograms, 6'7", and like going to the pub.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was difficult, but I got a lot of support. The players were looking at me like
were you on your own, Max? You weren't doing it like as a group.
No, it was just me with staff and players cheering me on.
Wow.
This is traumatic hearing these beats, boys. It was solid, and they didn't start me off. They didn't start me off at a normal level. They started me off at 11 kilometres an hour, the pace, and then it jumped straight up to 15. And I didn't actually last long. The video will be up, I'm sure, on socials, but I'm reliably informed by the staff here that I did quite well for someone that, drinks and smokes a little bit too much.
Who's the king of the bleep test in the Forest squad? Because there's normally one person who really stands out. It was always James Milner, wasn't it, that always won the beep test everywhere he went.
Well, here, this season, I'm reliably informed that Zach Abbott, young academy product who you'll have seen feature particularly in the Europa League last season, and Amari Hutchinson were the top 2 performers when they returned from pre-season for the dreaded bleep test. So, I'm probably nowhere near their limit. But look, it's unbelievable. We're out here in the Algarve, as you can see, the sun is shining, and the players are having a great time. I think there's a real sense just from being here that the club has taken a massive step in having Oliver Glasner in, just an elite level manager with elite level standards, and the players are obviously loving it. But it's no holiday camp. It's incredibly intense. There's a lot of expectation from the manager on these players, but they're clearly loving the fact that Oliver Glasner's the manager. Luckily, though, there is a little bit of downtime, and this evening I'm going to be joining the players in a meditation, because that's something that Oliver Glasner's brought in, and so hopefully that'll slow the heart rate down, because I don't know if you can tell, but I am still absolutely blowing, boys.
That'll be really good.
You look like one of the players, though, Max. I've got to say, you got the kit on,
you could pass
the sunshine. Oh, it looked fantastic. Your manager, Oliver Glasner.
Yeah.
Your manager now. I've literally made you a player. He joined Andy Goldstein and Andy Townsend on the breakfast show this morning, live from the camp in Portugal. He was asked if there was ever a discussion for him to stay at Crystal Palace after winning the Conference League at the end of last season.
No, I was very clear in my message, and I told the players before I announced it publicly. I told the players before, and I told them the same, because many had concerns. Can we end the season successfully? And I told them, if they now drop the standard, I would feel that I failed, because this was always the message. Don't do it for the manager. It just makes no sense. Do it for yourself. Do it for the group. Do it for the fans. Do it for the club. And I think then winning the Conference League just showed that we created a different mindset, that we set different standards in the club, so that the players are ambitious. They want to play European football again. That they want to win silverware. And I think this was, for me personally, was the biggest achievement in this more than 2 years at Palace, that we really could change the mindset of the players and of the club, and that makes me proud. And so it was always clear to leave, but it was also on the other side always clear that we will work very hard, that we will stick together until the end of the season to win another silverware, and that's why we could achieve it.
Yeah, it's going to be spicy when they go back to Selhurst Park, given the beef last summer about the Conference League and Europa League. But if you park that, Max, just as a Forest fan, you must be so excited about Glasner coming in, just given his track record with trophies more than anything.
Yeah, look, he's won everywhere he's been, and he's done it in the Premier League. So, the club aren't taking a punt on anybody. They've absolutely got an elite manager that's an elite operator, and that clearly garners the respect of the players and the staff here that are involved. There's an unbelievable team behind the scenes here at the club that make things tick, and they're obviously loving the new era at the club. And I think for fans as well, we look incredibly fondly back at what Vitor Pereira achieved at a football club in a really difficult season that was up and down, got us to a European semi-final, and I think that it's probably fair to say the ambition is very much to get Forest back to that level. We all know about the club's history, but the attitude and the intention from the top, whether it's Mr Marinakis right down to the bottom of the club, is that this club feels like it belongs on the European stage. The fans have got a taste for it. Forest fans travelling in Europe last season were absolutely unbelievable. And with someone like Oliver Glasner, there's a real sense that if it goes well and if the club bring in the players that we need to develop, we've already got a fabulous squad. Ollie, you and I would talk last season about how on paper this squad should be nowhere near the position they were in. And so I think with a full pre-season with Glasner, a few more players we expect to come into the club, that next season could be a really special one.
Yeah. I was going to say, is there an Elliot Anderson-shaped hole in pre-season, or are they not feeling it? Is there any talk of anyone coming in?
Well, I'm going to try and pronounce this. We were talking about this on air, Charlie, last week when we were hosting together, and I think we absolutely butchered it. Cassava Schlager.
Oh, yeah.
He's come in. He was in the ice bath before me, behaving, comfortable in it. I just couldn't hack it, to be honest, after that bleep test. So I've seen him. He looks in great shape. I mean, he's somebody that Oliver Glasner, I think, has courted for a long time. He's played under Oliver Glasner before. Right. But let's be honest, to be able to replace Elliot Anderson's going to be really difficult. And I think you'd expect to, you'd have to bring in a couple of players to be able to do what he's done. So we'll see what happens in the window. And I expect more players through the door. That's for sure.
Yeah, a few schlagers for you post meditation.
I'm still panting
on the Superboc or the Sargref.
Yeah, no, I'm getting straight on the Cassandra Schlagers as soon as I get back to the team hotel.
Maxie, by the way, I've got to say, you on breakfast this morning when you got the chance to sit down and speak with your hero, the Forest captain, Ryan Yates. I was in stitches at it.
It's a little bit embarrassing, Ollie, because I think Yatesy knows how much I adore him. And it's one thing saying it. It's Ryan Yates to you, Yatesy to me. It's one thing saying it on air when he's probably in the gym or training, but then for Goldstein, then to say, I wish my missus looked at me the way that Max looks at you. I did feel a little bit embarrassed. I didn't tell him because I couldn't bring myself to that. My puppy's middle name is Yatesy, and I thought that felt a bit creepy saying it to his face. So I'll just between
tell him later, or has he been avoiding you now, or? How's it work?
Yeah, well, I think he's probably giving me the cold shoulder, to be fair, because he might be a bit creeped out. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, let's quickly hear from him. Some of your chat with him. He was asked about the impact Oliver Glasner's had on the side so far.
To be honest, we haven't really set any goals or targets for the season. I think straight away he's just wanted to set the tone with how he wants us to work as a group. Yeah. I think he's mentioned multiple times the team spirit, the always putting the side first, and yeah, he's brought some fantastic ideas that I've not come across in my career, and you can just tell straight away that he's an elite level coach. Yeah. And I just think it's credit to the club for appointing a manager of such stature with a proven record, and the goal ultimately is to get back and play European football, because it was incredible last season to get a taste of it. Unfortunately, we obviously couldn't go all the way to the final, but I think once you've had the taste of it for the first time, you want to get back there as soon as possible.
A Love Island vibe to it, isn't there, Clinky?
Yeah, Yatesy, can I pull you for a chat?
It's like you pulled him for a chat, Max.
Hey, look, we're mates. Like we've been saying, I am living the dream. And the fact that me and our Yatesy are good pals. Yeah. It's amazing. But look, later on, I'm going to be heading off from the training ground back to the team hotel to have a sit down with star man and captain Morgan Gibbs-White. So it'll be interesting to see sort of what he's been getting up to this summer. How he feels about life on the World Cup.
I wonder if he enjoyed if he could enjoy the World Cup or not, Max, because he was nearly there, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, I'm going to ask him that. Yeah, I think it's a really good question, because you often hear about players that they don't watch it because they're disappointed that they weren't there. They feel that they could have contributed. But we've seen him have a great summer, and I think from the perspective of the club and certainly fans, you see how tired the likes of Declan Rice is with that neural injury, and he's back. Bukayo Saka not getting many minutes because he's so tired. I think you're watching him train and he's in top nick. He's been looking after himself in the summer, so no doubt he's hopefully going to get off to an absolute flyer come the opening game against Leeds on Saturday 3 p.m.
Max, we'll let you get on. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Max.
Max got out in Portugal for
Lovely.
pre-season training. Fantastic. Oh, we have some breaking news, by the way. Jordan Henderson has terminated his Brentford contract. He's actually released a statement too. He says, "I leave Brentford with a lot of gratitude for the opportunity the club gave me and for the support and care they've shown me and my family from day one. Coming back to the Premier League was really important to me, and Brentford gave me that chance. I'll always be thankful for that. I hope I was able to play my part in helping the team through an important period for the club." Obviously, big links to Chelsea for Jordan Henderson. There's more to that statement, by the way. It's on his social media if you do want to check it out. By the way, don't miss talkSPORT Breakfast from 6 a.m. tomorrow with Andy Goldstein. He'll be alongside Nottingham Forest legend Stuart Pearce, and you'll hear that full interview with Morgan Gibbs-White as well. This is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT in partnership with Toolstation, open from 7 a.m. Monday to Saturday. Grab what you need, get on site, get it done. First stop, Toolstation.
Up and said you got 10 players better than John Stones.
I said all time. I didn't say Prem, but let's stick to Prem. All right, let's do this.
Go on.
Virgil van Dijk, John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, Nemanja Vidic, Vincent Kompany.
Yeah, that's five.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we going Tony Adams?
Oh yeah.
No,
you're not gonna say.
No, but go on.
I would.
Campbell.
I'd do Sol Campbell, defo.
And I'm a Tottenham
Sol
fan.
Campbell, come on, Jamie.
Keep going.
I'm going Sol Campbell.
Yeah.
Oh. Gary Pallister.
Carvalho.
Mate, come on.
Carvalho.
Don't help him. Why are you helping him? Carvalho's not better than John Stones.
Carvalho. Ricardo Carvalho.
Jamie, hear me out.
Give me a break, man.
On his day, prime for prime, one game for a final, Ledley King.
Yeah, Ledley King. What, you telling me Ledley King? Oh, come on, Jamie.
Listen, Jamie, not the career, but for one game in his prime.
I watched John Stones playing the Champions League final.
I know he was
City.
unbelievable.
He was unbelievable. So let's.
I hear it, but you know
come
what
on.
I think, yeah? I heard.
You can't be putting Ledley King above John Stones. He's won 6 Premier League titles.
Phil Jagielka, mate. Phil Jagielka.
Holy shut up, mate. Come on.
I mean, mate, Jamie.
Julian Lescott.
I would go as far as to say if Jan Vertonghen and Alderweireld played in that City team, they might have won the same honours.
Gary Cahill.
They would have won the same honours.
This is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT. In for Hawksby and Jacobs, I'm Olly Clink alongside Charlie Baker. Now we have live racing for you throughout the afternoon from glorious Goodwood.
Oh, good.
Which is always a very exciting time. Very exciting for Alex Crook, who had 6 out of 8 winners yesterday. But he does bet on the entire field, so it doesn't really count. In fact, I don't really know how he lost to be honest with you, because he's backed every single horse. Another man who likes to back pretty much every single horse, but still manages to usually get it wrong, is talkSPORT's racing correspondent.
Very disrespectful, Ollie.
Rupert Bell, alongside former jockey Lizzie Kelly. Rupert, how are you?
I'm always only respectful to Rupert.
Well, Ollie, a bit presumptuous. You've gone early with your abuse. You've opened up straight away, Ollie. I was going to talk to you about your golf, because I remember playing you down at the at Goodwood with you and Ollie Thornton, and you had a great day, if I remember rightly. Unlike me on Monday, where, of course, I won every competition that was going, and a trip to Qatar as well, says he, just trying to shoehorn in that. But so how has your golf improved in the last 2 years?
Yeah, not that much, really, to be honest, Rupert. Yeah, I had a bad front nine and a very good back nine for some reason. I don't really know what happened. But I do remember there was a couple of accusations. I didn't make them. It was the breakfast producer, Olly Thornton. There was some cheating from you, Mr. Bell. Now, obviously, we've had the local cricket scandal, but you wouldn't do that, would you?
I certainly wouldn't do anything like that at all. I am beyond reproach.
Yeah, a few Titleists turned into Strixons mid-round, though, is the only thing I'll say.
Well, I'm one of my great heroes was Oddjob in golfing.
Oh, yeah. I can see you in a bowler hat. You should make a bowler hat part of your outfit.
Right, well, I've got a Panama.
Yeah, a bowler hat next time would be lovely.
Yeah. And I need to share something I discovered. I've worked with Lizzie for some time. I now realise that she's a complete arachnophobe.
Oh, right. Is she scared of spiders, is she?
Lizzie, discuss.
Why is she scared of spiders?
It really wasn't much of a discussion point, to be honest.
You just leapt out of your chair when this spider poked its head above the parapet.
Yeah, it just was a bit of a nasty surprise, that was all. I just didn't expect to see it there, that was all.
So it wasn't a spider in the place where you're staying, Lizzie, near Goodwood, was it?
No, it was just here. We were sat here, and we were on this balcony, and I was chatting away, and I turned around, and then there was a great big spider sat there.
Wowee.
And she didn't like it.
Not the only creepy crawler you have to sit next to.
Yeah, I don't know whether you remember when you stayed there. I think it was the year when we all suffered from post-traumatic travelodge syndrome.
Prost?
Oh, yeah. 40 hours.
Post. Well,
been on the Whispering Angel early, have we, Rupert?
Well, I've heard rumors as well.
The old drunk tipster's been... What's his name?
Did you smash your glass yesterday?
It's an absolute car crash.
Well, I'm looking for a good performance from something here this afternoon, just to make you feel happy, Charlie.
Yeah,
I know how much you love it.
I love a performance.
I say that word.
Rupert,
anyway,
what have we got coming up then?
Loading.
Up next.
Oh, they're loading.
We've got a 5 furlong race, good 5 furlong race. Lizzie, who's winning it?
I like Fast Track. Didn't run very well at Royal Ascot, but there were a few of them in there that are running here today that also didn't run very well. Bolted up at Beverley after that. I think it keeps improving. So I'm going for Fast Track. I would also say Zig Zig that particular, the connections have been in absolutely amazing form recently. Had another winner yesterday with Safi Osborne on board for Richard Spencer. So you would slightly expect Zig Zig to be running a decent race as well.
Which is not going to be easy to say in racing. It may be easy for the Spice Girls to sing it, but it may not be so easy for me to say it during commentary. But anyway, and I think Zig Zig is going to be last to go into the stalls. Miss Lizzie is coming forward. A decent little race, this one, 5 furlongs. It literally is a dash down the hill on a picture postcard perfect day here at glorious Goodwood. Panama's out in huge quantities. Right, they're set then for this race, and getting a good break is Fast Track on the far side. Also prominent is a Wild Blossom. Coming down the centre of the track, Hidden Gift is speedily away, and Zig Zig is also running quickly in the early stages. Towards the rear, I see Divine Whisper, but perhaps taking them up now is leading them Hidden Gift. On the far side of that one is Cool Nicky is going well, and then wider on that one is Fast Track. On the far side being tracked by Wild Blossom. Also trying to come forward is Miss Lizzie. Plenty in with chances. Also trying to get into it is Princess d'Orange coming down the stand side. On the far side, Wild Blossom going well, and Fast Track is with a furlong to go out in front. Coming through out of the pack is Divine Whisper. It's getting messy in the final stages, but Fast Track on the far side. Wild Blossom has got her nose in front and is striding away. She's a length and a half, trying to get close to his Fast Track, but I think Oisin Murphy on Fast Track intercepted that he was never going to get past the winner, and the winner is Wild Blossom for James Doyle and Carl Burke, winning in the end pretty cosily, probably by 2 lengths.
Yes, making use of that cutaway where the rail gives a bit of a room for horses to be coming up that far side. It was a very impressive victory. She was quick, but she very much stayed, and I think that was really the most important thing. They just simply couldn't get by her. Divine Whisperer, she was the horse who made up the most amount of ground from the back, but the winner was always very much up there in the van behind Fast Track, and that has worked out very well. And another favourite success here, 5-4 favourite Wild Blossom, winning that one ahead of in second. It was a good performance from the second. I'll give you a performance there just to make you feel happy, Charlie, because I know you just absolutely love that.
All I
Track.
want is you to say performance at all times.
Yeah. You've been waiting all week.
Where did any of your tips come in? Any of your horses come in then?
No.
Nothing.
Cheers, Rupert. I didn't have a tip actually in that race.
0 from 1.
Yeah, well, that's good. But just to tell you, Divine Whisper was third, and the winner was at a tidy 5-4 favourite. So a good effort. I'm not going to use that word again, just for you, Charlie.
Superb performance. Yeah, well done, Rupert and Lizzie there. Thank you very much indeed. Plenty more live racing to come for you. Racing TV is the only channel, by the way, showing every race live from the Qatar Goodwood Festival and Galway Festival this week. talkSPORT listeners can enjoy a free 1-month trial of the channel. Head to racingtv.com/free trial now. Terms apply. Right, in just a moment here on Clink and Baker on talkSPORT, we'll be joined by comedian and Celtic fan Susie McCabe.
Chaps, how are you?
We're good, man. How you doing today? You all right? Well?
I'm all right. Goldstein, are you on a wind-up with this Kane to Chelsea thing?
Well, no. I asked I never said it. I asked the question.
Yeah, you done it on purpose, so I'd ring up, didn't you?
Sol Campbell went to Arsenal, didn't he?
No, I knew you was going to come
Tevez went to Man City. It happens. Definitely happens.
Listen. Kane is proper Tottenham. Don't you know that? Don't you know that?
I know he's proper Tottenham. I know that. I don't think he would do that.
Of course he wouldn't. So why are you talking about it and winding me up
Jeff,
for?
Let me ask you this.
Jeff. I've been working all night on a night shift, right? I'm going home, right? I was all chilled out and relaxed, looking forward to going home.
Now you're all bitter and twisted.
Sorry, Jeff. Sorry.
And now you're winding me up with this. I'll tell you what, if Kane goes to Chelsea, I'll do anything you say. Anything you want.
Well, that sounds weird.
Anything.
I mean, I would...
No.
There's nothing I would say.
No, if you want me to put an Arsenal shirt on the one down Tottenham High Road, I'll do it, right? I'm proper Tottenham. I was born in Park Lane behind the ground, right? From a baby till I was 17, right? My boy works there as a development coach, and I've worked there on and off, right, in different capacities. I'm telling you now...
Classic tune.
We used to shout when it went at school discos.
Yeah.
When none of us had even seen a woman. We'd all shout, just can't get enough sex.
We were like a true virgin.
All the way up to 18.
Virgin singing, yeah.
Amazing.
This is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT with me, Olly Clink, alongside Charlie Baker. The voice you just heard there is comedian and Celtic fan Susie McCabe, who joins us in the studio now. Susie, how you doing?
I'm warm. 33 degrees, lads. Come on. It's not natural. My little pale Scottish skin is frying when I'm on the tube.
You look well on it, though, Susie.
Thank you.
You know, you got a bit of colour to your cheeks.
Well,
Be nice to get you through the Edinburgh Festival.
Yeah, because that'll go very quickly, won't it? Once I'm in Edinburgh eating chips and walking in the rain.
Salt and sauce. Yeah. Have you ever had salt and sauce, Ollie?
I haven't. No.
In Edinburgh, if you go to Edinburgh. Do they do it anywhere else?
I don't know. They do it in the east coast of Scotland. I'm a wastie.
You like this brown sauce? What is it?
So it's like brown sauce and vinegar mixed together.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But it's amazing.
Was it good?
No one else. I don't know why anyone else doesn't do it, because it's amazing.
Oh, that sounds great.
Anyway.
Oh, I love a square sausage.
Oh, yeah. Now you're talking. There's my man.
Oh.
You and your salt and sauce. Your
that,
friendship's
Charlie.
over.
Yeah. Tell us about this show then at the Edinburgh Fringe, Coming of Rage.
So this show came about. So listen, I'm 46, right? So I'm itchy and sweaty and punchy, but I'm also...
They're presenting the breakfast show tomorrow morning.
And I'm basically, so I'm 46, and 2 years ago I had a heart attack. 6 months after that, my marriage ended. 7 months after that, my dad died, and 3 months after that, my nephew decided to come and live with me.
Sure.
So there's a lot has happened, and I'm not one of these, if life falls apart, let's put it back together.
Okay.
And it's listen, life fell apart, but there's a bit of comedy in this. Like, I talk a lot. There's a good kind of 15-minute bit about my dad's funeral because the minutiae of death is ridiculous, right? And like having to go and like see the priest and organise the funeral, and the priest looking at your hymns kind of going, they're no bad, and you're going, no bad, they're bangers.
The playlist. The priest was questioning your playlist.
Aye, like my mates coming up to me at the purvey going, that coffin weighed a ton. And I'm like, lads, do you know what I mean? So
you put some money behind it.
That's it. And I think you've got to, and you know, like your marriage falling apart, like it's horrible, right? But there is comedy and stuff like that. Like I moved in with my best mate, and she was trying to get me to do online dating, and you know, she was like, go on Rhea, it's for people that are in the public eye, like Kirsten Stewart. And I'm like, You think because I've been recognised in a supermarket, I'm going to pull Kirsten Stewart?
You never know.
I mean,
you never know.
You
might be her type.
That's it.
Until you put yourself out there, you don't know.
Exactly. That's it.
Well, it's tragedy plus time. That's what they always say about comedy. Comedy is tragedy plus time. So you feel like enough time has passed from all these things for you to be able to do jokes.
Yeah. To look at it and to just kind of go, look, do you know what? Life was pretty terrible for 2 years, but here's all the comedy that was in that 2 years. And, you know, I'm quite angry at the state of the world just now, and I talk a little bit about that. And I think, you know, that's what you're there to do. For me, I'll always start very small, talk about my life, and then kind of expand it into a bigger bit. And like poor Gen Z and the baby boomers, they get it doubly hard in this show.
Yeah.
Gen Z, shut up.
And that's most of the
I won't be
audience,
coming then.
but, you know.
Don't you become the millennials get away with it.
I'll get too offended.
Do you know what it is? Gen Z just need to lower their expectations.
Yeah.
That's it. They've just been brought up being told they're special. We were brought up by baby boomers. We were just an inconvenience to their life.
We were brought up by people who were brought up by more or less Victorians.
Yes. Like, I love how my mum will say to me, you know, when it was the war, and I'm like, you were born in 1948. There was no war. Just because you couldn't get a banana does not mean that you were on the beaches of Dunkirk, Mum. Stop it.
Out of interest, when you were kind of putting this all together, you've been through so much in such a short space of time. So when did you start to think about it or start to write it?
So the previous show that I done was about the heart attack. So I thought, well, it's actually quite... I don't really talk about the heart attack. I literally just say, I had a heart attack, thought there was nothing worse than a heart attack. Turns out that was the opening ceremony to the following 2 years. And I think you're always putting stuff together, aren't you, Charlie? You're always looking at things. And like, I remember going in to organise my dad's funeral with the priest and just being like, this is the most bizarre 20 minutes of my life. And it's such a serious thing that you're having to do. But there is also a bit of you going, this is all so ridiculous, you know?
And the heightened emotion of that. Because comedy is heightened emotion. The heightened emotion of something like that will give you a different reaction to things.
Totally.
And also anything that happens burns itself into your mind.
Absolutely. And you're also dealing with someone whose death is part of their daily day. So they're just very matter of fact. You know, if you ever talk to someone in the military, they're always very matter of fact about something that us civilians would be like, you can't say that, you can't do that. But, you know, these people are conditioned because of what they've seen and how they do it. And I just think there's such a kind of... They're just so matter of fact about it, and you're literally having the worst day of your life, but there is humour in that.
Yeah. Hey, you won the Billy Connolly Comedy Award. Have you met him?
No, he's not so well.
No, yeah.
And he lives in Florida. But I got a video and he told me my own joke back to me, Charlie. And he said I laughed out loud, and I was like...
Because it can't be underestimated, A, how much he did for Scottish comedy, but also just all comedy.
Stand up.
The way he sort of invented what we all do, really.
Yeah.
You know, standing there and telling stories didn't really exist before him.
And it took it away from the shirt, tie, tuxedo mother-in-law joke. Because the thing with Connolly is he's never punches down. You can go back and listen to all of Connolly and everything is completely appropriate for now. Nothing has dated and you've went, oh, Billy, he never went down sexism or homophobia or misogyny. He was just a big silly clown on a stage.
Yeah, brilliant.
Susie, the SPL's just round the corner, which I can't believe.
Starts at the weekend.
This weekend.
Is this why you got knocked out of the World Cup early?
Exactly. I cannot wait. So let me tell you, in 2011, I done my first gig, and in 2013, I gave up my season ticket because I couldn't go to the football and try and build a comedy career. And I promised myself that if I ever got to a level where I don't have to work every Friday, Saturday night, I can be more selective, I would get my season tickets back. So I joined a waiting list for 8 years. and I got offered, and I always wanted not a fancy bit of hospitality, but somewhere I could get a pint before the game and after the game, and I managed to snag two finally.
Brilliant.
I got the, would you still like to take up these season tickets? And I seen the price and I went, well, no, but I will. and yeah, so...
When did you say, would you like 2 tickets for my show so I can afford it?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I've got my 2 tickets and I can't wait. I'm going to be there on Monday night. I got to about 8 games last season, so that was great. But I cannot wait to just start going back to the football, especially those 3 o'clock on a Saturday kickoffs. They're your best.
Pretty special. So you've been to Celtic Park, right? For a Celtic game? You never have.
In the Hampden Park, I've never been to Celtic Park.
It's a special trip, Ollie. It's a great, even as a neutral, it's amazing.
You come with me.
I might not pay for that ticket with the price.
You come in with me, son. I'll look after you. It isn't. I think just to be able to go back to the football when you do a job like yours is such a big thing. It's a real luxury. And it's
also with the way your life's gone over the last couple of years, what you've explained to us, football can be such a comfort in those times, even if you're not winning. Just having that normality of turning.
It wasn't last season.
No.
Although honestly, to just be top of the league for 4 minutes and that was honestly
amazing.
It was incredible. And actually, I took my partner to the game. I took my partner to that Rangers game where Dyson scores the overhead kick, and honestly, it was bananas. But the best bit was my nephew, who lives with me, is a Rangers fan, right? So I'm currently trying to radicalise him.
Yeah.
But it was his birthday and he was in the garden with his friends and I was in the neighbour's garden. They were having a bit of a party. And I clocked that they had a trampoline, so I put the trampoline against our fence, hijacked his Bluetooth speaker and started playing Simply the Best.
Oh,
he said, I just looked up and I seen your little quiff and your little hands coming over the fence, and I just thought, nah.
You know what this is.
I went, that's because you were very confident this morning. Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, what an end to the season, Ollie, wasn't it?
And Martin O'Neill staying in charge?
I love him. Martin will always be the greatest manager of my generation, because Martin, I seen my first treble with Martin and I seen my first European final with Martin, and I love that man so much, and I always have done. And I love the way he's like so dotery. Oh, Martin, how do you think we'll win this game? He went, oh, well, no. And I'm like, he totally knows what he's doing, Do
you think they'll come up with some sort of plan to eventually someone to take over him, so you don't have the season you had last season? Or
Celtic, don't be ridiculous. Plan. Celtic have never planned.
He'll have a say in it.
I think he will. I think the best thing that could happen is that Martin eventually becomes a director of football at Celtic. I think Martin's got gravitas. He's an intelligent man, great at conversation. He's got gravitas when he walks in the room. Martin becomes director of football, and whether it's the coaching team that he has there that move up, or it might be a case where you go and you get a manager, like an Ange Postecoglou, who doesn't bring a coaching team with him, who just says, this is what I want you to coach, and you go and coach it. So, but I think Martin will definitely have a hand in that. The thing is, Martin is literally a shield for that board, right? Yeah. He is adored by so many. So he has went out and brought in 2 very good-looking players with regards to their ability, 2 big strikers, and I thought, Martin's going 3-5-2. We're going classic O'Neill.
Here we go. What a
classic O'Neill. What a time to be alive.
Susie McCabe, Coming of Rage, is at the Assembly George Square Theatre, the 5th to the 30th of August at 8:45. A good night out guarantees.
Always.
Where can we get tickets?
You can get tickets on my website, and you can get tickets at Assembly Festival. You can jump on there and get them. But it'll be great to see you. And if you are in Edinburgh, just come and take a punt.
Yeah.
I'm in a lovely room.
I know, you're in a nice room,
500-seater.
You're not in a sweat box.
Can you take salt and sauce in there? Is that
air conditioning? There'll be absolutely none of that East Coast nonsense at my show. Ken, what? I'll take your
can of worms there, Ollie.
Take your money for my tickets, but there'll be no salt and sauce.
Susie, thank you very much indeed. Been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, guys.
See Susie McCabe there. And yeah, check out that show, Coming of Rage. You can go to Susie's website for tickets on that. Right, in just a moment, we're going to talk about the cheating scandal in local cricket. Double Ashes winner Steve Harmison is going to join us. This is Clink and Baker on talkSPORT.
Thomas Tuchel, what he said, he's a key player for us, whether as a starter or as a substitute. The word substitute will even be uttered about Virgil van Dijk. Imagine someone saying that to Virgil van Dijk, even at 40.
No, I think a substitute.
No.
You're massively cherry picking.
I'm not saying. No. Sorry, they just played the clip. No. They just played the package, and it was Thomas Tuchel, the England manager, saying he's a key player for us, whether as a starter or a substitute.
This is appalling from you. This is the very definition. You know when Donald Trump's moaning about fake news, it's you.
Sorry, I just basically quoted
but how
what
important,
the England manager said.
Okay. How important is context? The reason that he spoke like that is because he was accused of taking an injured player to a tournament. So the reason that he said he's going to be a key player for us, whether he's a substitute or whether he's a starter, is because it was suggested that you shouldn't take a player who has had an injury-ravaged season.
Oh, no.
So therefore,
injury-ravaged career.
Injury-ravaged career, fine. But the reason that he was talking about being a substitute...
I feel bad here because you're about to make me bury John Stones, and I don't want to. I think John Stones is a fantastic human being, fantastic defender.
You're not going to bury him.
Maybe England's greatest defender... Maybe it's 50, 60 years.
He's England's greatest defender since Bobby Moore. Of course he is. He's England's greatest defender. If you look at what he's done on an...
big statement.
Hang on, can we just talk about John's
statement?
Addy.
There's
a moral victory for me in this debate already.
You're saying, look what he's done, because you're going to say Gareth Southgate went to the semi-final, went to the final of the Euros. That's not him. No, that's the team.
No,
that's not him personally.
But that's the point, isn't it?
With these two, you've got to look at the individual accolades.
Yeah. It's a banger.
Paper shuffle from Baker.
I like it. I'm into that.
I like it. This is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT with me, Olly Clink, alongside Charlie Baker. Charlie, we have had some big news in this local cricket cheating scandal. Saltburn Cricket Club. You haven't seen this. They're in a bit of trouble because there's been some footage that's been revealed of one of their slips clicking his fingers as the batsman tries to play the ball.
Yeah.
Obviously, that fools the umpire. Thinks there's been a sound. They get caught and then they get given out. So it's been this big scandal. I can tell you, Charlie, that... this is the time for the Jim White.
I know.
Let's be honest.
I know, yeah.
But I'm saving it.
You want to do the Jim White? It's up to you.
I'm saving
Ollie,
it.
Just people have said, I don't know if they're saying it that you always do it or if they're asking for it. I'd like the Jim White. Read us it in the Jim White. Go for it.
You're not going to believe this, Charlie. Clicky Ponting is the name of the scandal. The amateur cricket team, Saltburn. Do you remember that film, Simon?
The bathtub, absolute poppycock.
They've conceded their next game. They won't play on Wednesday night. Simon, what do you make of it? So, yeah, they've conceded their next game because of this big scandal. Joining us now to look at this is double Ashes winner, Steve Harmison. I mean, Steve, this is unbelievable. We've had Sandpaper Gate, we've had all sorts in cricket, but not something like this. Clicking.
I mean, it is. It's amazing. I'm struggling to sort of put into words how bad it is. I mean, to go out and just, to premeditate, go out and try and I don't mind people sort of not walking when they've nicked off, or if they've tried to sort of take a catch and it's bounced just in front, they're trying, they're trying to con the umpire. Is this any different? No, I mean, somebody that's, if your total skill set is to be able to click your finger on a Saturday afternoon to con the opposition, it doesn't sit very well with me, and that for me is not why the game is played. I think a lot of people feel strongly about it because of the recreational game. I mean, we live in a world now where the professional game of football, professional game of golf, the professional game of cricket looks a hell of a lot different to the actual grassroots in the amateur game. And the amateur game is what we do it for. And we love it. That's the reason why we sort of give up our Saturday afternoon to go and play cricket. Tee for two, give the opposition their tee, and have some respect for the opposition. So it just didn't sit very, very well with a lot of professional cricketers, because yes, there might be times in your game where you nick one and you don't walk. That's your umpire's decision. But for your player's skill set being somebody who stands at slips, clicks his finger. And it's been happening a lot because the wicketkeeper of Saltburn Cricket Club has taken 10 catches more than anybody else in the league. So that tells you it hasn't just happened once.
Well, there's some things I don't understand, right? I want to caveat it by saying I hope the person who's done it is okay. That's all I will say. And they are sort of being looked after in many ways. But also, I don't understand how it works, because is he just doing it every time? Because wouldn't you just constantly go, well, who's clicking? So someone's clicking every single time. But also, he won't be the only person in the country doing it. He won't be the only person in the world doing it. There'll be absolutely loads of people doing it. When they're Steve?
Yeah, I'm sure they are. And you're right, 100% right. What you said at the start. This a lot of stick, and he's got some newspaper coverage and some column inches and some social media attention. And I hope the kid's all right, because as much as it is not right in the game and it's quite disgusting what he's done, he's still a human being who he might be just having a laugh and he thinks it's funny, and it probably is a little bit of a joke. But I think spare a thought of the people who have given up, who have worked 40 hours a week to look forward to their Saturday afternoon.
It's hard enough as it is.
Somebody do that.
Batting's hard enough as it is. So.
Yeah, it's so true. Steve, whilst we've got you, we're both Newcastle United fans. I've got to check in with you.
Sorry, Ollie, I didn't hear that.
Oh, I was just saying, we're both Newcastle United fans. Got to check in with you. How you're feeling about the way the summer's gone so far?
No, he's speechless. There we are. I think we probably should leave Steve there. To be honest, Ollie, it's been.
It just has no words.
I mean, we've really tried to do the interview and pretend nothing was going wrong, but a lot of the time, Steve was 3 minutes behind the question that we just asked.
Yeah,
so
maybe Saltburn Cricket Club are on there.
How do you feel Newcastle United have had this summer? Let's talk about Newcastle United.
Yeah, not great, Charlie. To be honest,
no,
not great.
I think what a lot of people don't understand is they are owned by a country, the richest country in the world. And obviously it's the PSR. But how do they get around that? So when will they be able to spend any money?
So this is the funny thing, is that PSR has actually gone out the window now. It's SCR now.
Okay.
It's the new one. But
it's like when Scale Extrix became TCR.
It's exactly that.
Total Control Racing. Okay, yeah, okay.
It's exactly that.
Yeah.
And
when GIF became SIF.
That's it. Yeah.
Same thing.
Exactly. What was Cashel? Charming.
Oh, was it?
Cashel, yeah. I think.
Okay. Carry on.
I think, anyway, yeah.
Leave that behind.
Yeah, that's fine. They've then got to they've got these UEFA restrictions now as well, because they qualified for the Champions League. They last for about 3 years, so they had to sell Anthony Gordon in order to get in line with those. That's something Aston Villa have been fined for, by the way, too. And the thing is, I think for a lot of Newcastle fans, they get accused of moaning a lot, and Villa fans, etc. They get accused of moaning a lot about those rules, etc. And for me, I have no problem with the rules being in place, but I think especially with PSR, it was so outdated for such a long time. And then you end up in a situation where those big six clubs are able to just spend a lot more because they get a lot more revenue. And it becomes a vicious circle where...
But Newcastle are a club that have been down the leagues, and that's what PSR, or whatever it's called now, is there for, is to protect the pyramid.
Yeah.
But Newcastle have been down the pyramid quite a long time. You could have gone out of business at one point.
It's true, but it restricts you at the other end of it all. I think too much, and I think you end up in a situation where, it was funny because Aston Villa hijacked one of Newcastle's potential targets in the summer, Manzambi, and everyone was kind of saying, oh, hold on, here are the two PSR clubs, and finally Villa are taking a player off them. And then they had to sell Morgan Rogers, and then they sold Tielemans as well. The thing is, to be fair, Newcastle needed to become a trading club too. You can't just go on and just keep signing players, etc.
Yeah.
But for me, it's the problem too is selling that project to a lot of players, and that's why you're starting to see the stars go. It's because why would they stay? I mean, because it's so difficult to operate under those kind of parameters. So I'm taking it really well so far.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, you've got Nick Voltemada. You have you've got very tall players.
Do you know what? One thing I will say is we had a tough season last time out because there was European football alongside it, and this time it's a game a week. They've got some young players coming in who hopefully will be good.
But that's the key, isn't it, as well? Is it's there to build the youth system and to build your under-21s and the 23s coming into the team.
Yeah.
And that eventually might pay off.
Yeah, hopefully. So I'm going to start being positive about it, I think.
Don't sound like it.
Why not? Why not? Yeah, love the kit.
I think it's a free hit this season anyway, because I think Hull, Ipswich and Coventry will all go down, straight back down.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think for a lot of teams, it's like, okay, get your house in order this season when there's more or less no relegation.
Yeah, hopefully. I think it might be a bit easier than we're expecting, just because so many teams are in Europe as well, and that can take it out of you. Anyway, we've been bringing you a lot of live racing from glorious Goodwood so far this afternoon, and we're just about ready for one of the next races. Let's bring back in talkSPORT's Rupert Bell. Fantastic performance from him last time.
As a Villa fan who'll be doing the same complaints as you.
He will, yeah. Am I right there, Rupert?
I have no idea what the rules are about, but all I know is there seems to be so many people going out, and even basically, I don't know, but people have gone. We've got Alston McPhee, someone's waved a check, so they've gone for a checkbook to get rid of him. But I take a more mature and sophisticated view. We needed to rebuild the team after we achieved something big. They were an aging team, and Unai Emery has said, right, now this is the time where we've now got to go again. And I think that's what's going on behind the scenes. It might not be an easy season, but I will be forever optimistic.
Yeah, absolutely. You're alongside the former jockey Lizzie Kelly, of course. Lizzie, what can we expect from this next race?
Yeah, this is an interesting one. This is a group race over 7 furlongs. Flora of Bermuda is the favourite in this. She's a really, really nice horse. She's 9-4. She's still very much a solid performer. She was staying on when winning well at York last time. She's up in trip, actually, for the first time today, but I think she should stay. Sayeda Darian has a similar profile. She's also going up in trip today. She has been beaten by Flora of Bermuda before. I know Rupert likes Planet Seeker, and Zaynoth is also interesting. She's down in grade today, and she's been running in higher class races than this, but she did win a Group 2 last year over 7 furlongs, so she's well able for it if she's up for it today.
Charlie, can you just remind me of Rupert's record so far today in terms of his picks?
0-1.
0-1.
0-1 so far.
Are you more confident about this one, Rupert?
I'm very confident in Planet Seeker. I've prepared to give some of my money away already, so I'm accepting the consequences of Planet Seeker not running up to speed. But the trainer, incidentally, last year trained a dead heat, and he had the first 2, and they were his horses in the dead heat when he won it with Sakara Sands and Tabiti. So it was a quirky finish to the race last year in a dead heat, but actually both horses trained by the same trainer. If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm just having a look now for my message from Alex Cook, because I told him to text me if he'd done well. He had 6 out of 8 winners yesterday. Just had a picture of him with a mate and he's holding a drink. Nothing on his winnings so far. And he was very confident at the start of the day. So one to keep an eye on for you too there, Rupert, I think.
Well, I know where he is. He's down below it. It's one of the great sights. It's basically, you know, where sort of people move around in Shakespeare. The forest moved around in Macbeth, right? I know this is an unusual analogy.
That's unlucky
well, the
to say before a
Panamas
race.
move around like the forest in Macbeth.
All right.
You
What
suddenly
do?
see just a sea of
Panama hats.
Yeah,
and that is such a heartland. People have been enjoying that in their white vans around the country.
Well, I thought I'd just offer you something.
Really
a bit
finding.
different.
Panama hats and Shakespeare. That's what people tune in for. Do you remember to go to Tool Station?
Anyway, well, I thought it was quite a good analogy, but obviously you're prepared to shoot me down.
Not shooting you down,
Just
Rupert.
like
I enjoyed it very much. Thank you very much.
Well, you're an actor, darling,
I
so
am,
you
dear.
should have liked it. You know, so,
Planet Seeker. What's your favourite planet, Rupert, while we wait for this horse to get in?
I'm not going to say the obvious one, so I'll leave it there.
Oh.
Right. I like a bit of Jupiter.
Oh, okay, lovely. All right. Lizzie?
Okay. What's your favourite planet?
Earth. Wow. Interesting choice.
Johnny, Earth?
I'm not going to say what Rupert thought I was going to say because I was going to say it, and now I'm not going to say it. So 'cause I'm not childish like you, Rupert.
Yeah. Anyway, Pluto, Flora Bermuda is going to be last coming in. So for this Oak Tree Stakes, Rolls-Royce Oak Tree Stakes, 7 furlongs, looking for a quick breath away. Xanthos has got quickly away. Planet Seeker slowly into a stride. On the near side, we see Radiant Beauty has got into a prominent position along with Flora Bermuda. And Xanthos is leading with Arla Fernandez now as the race settles down through the first furlong and a half. And is now Xanthos goes on. Then it is Arla Fernandez. Then Sayadar Darian sits her, and one or two are refusing to settle. Radiant Beauty is just on the inside in 3rd spot as they take the turn. Then it's Sayadar Darian who's in 4th spot. Then there's a little gap back to Flora Bermuda, Awaken and Planet Seeker. Coming down wide on the outside is Brazilian Rose, who's trying to come and find some different ground and is sort of 6 lengths coming around the centre of the course. Will be an interesting tactical move here if this one comes off for Kaya Fraser, who had his big win yesterday. But Xanthos leads now with 2.5 furlongs to go. So Xanthos just has it. Planet Seeker, Sayadar Darian is trying to quicken up. Plenty in with chances. Planet Seeker has a chance here coming on this near side. But Xanthos is bravely with a furlong to go. Sayadar Darian is quickening up, and Flora Bermuda on the far side on this near side. Planet Seeker, but Flora Bermuda may just have it and is quickening up, battling hard is Sayadar Darian, picking up from the back Radiant Beauty, but it's going to be Flora Bermuda is going to win by maybe half a length and wins it in the end against Shade Cosley. Another winner for James Doyle in the Wathnan Racing colours. They won the last race and now they've taken this one too, beating Sayadar Darian.
Yeah, fantastic performance, and actually was able to scythe her way through a couple of those runners and get the gap that James wanted. She was always travelling really, really well, and so she was able to do that really easily. She's got away from them. Planet Seeker was very much trying to reel them back in, but I thought Radiant Beauty has run a really nice race in 3rd as well. So it was all happening at the front pretty much.
And another favourite, this time Flora Bermuda, for Andrew Balding, who's having an amazing run at the moment, and James Doyle, so a good day for him. He's a retained jockey for the prolific Wathnan Racing, who've got so many horses in training, but they will have enjoyed that, and the 5-2 favourite. So punters happy here, unlike me, as Planet Seeker still looking for that elusive planet.
There we are.
Thought from 2 for Mr. Bell there.
Yeah. The other horses rings round.
Exactly.
Can't even speak. You know what I mean?
More racing for you a bit later in the afternoon. Racing TV is the only channel showing every race live from the Qatar Goodwood Festival and Galway Festival this week. talkSPORT listeners can enjoy a free 1-month trial of the channel. Head to racingtv.com/free trial now. Terms apply.
this a couple of times now. I can't help but think when he comes up with lines about people criticising the refereeing decisions and puts lines in his quotes such as "I'm sorry you missed it all," I can't help but think there's a little dig towards the head of UEFA there, Alexander Seferin.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Obviously, Seferin decided to stay away from the World Cup final, which was quite unprecedented. FIFA were briefing, actually, that was a pre-planned decision, but the message coming out of UEFA very much was that it was a protest by their president. Actually, I picked out a couple of screenshots, and he does talk about some of the refereeing decisions and says it's curious the same countries employing these practices are the ones criticising. He's talking about the decision to overturn Flo Balogun's red card, which for me was probably the most shameful moment of this World Cup. And I'm not going to be a hypocrite, Andy. You were there. Troy obviously lives out in the States. I had a wonderful 5.5 weeks. I thought it was a brilliant tournament. I thought the American hospitality was terrific. But let's not pretend it was perfect. He also talks about bringing two countries at war together, uniting two countries at war. Says Iran entered the United States without incident or conflict. I think they would push back on that when you look at the travel restrictions that were imposed on their players. And obviously the manager was quite outspoken about that. So I'm not sure why he's felt the need to do this. You know, it spreads across 15 slides on Instagram. I'm not exactly sure who he's having a pop at. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is Seferin. Maybe it's some of us in the media who've been critical. But it was a great World Cup. So I'm not sure that he needed to come out and justify himself and justify FIFA.
On Shakespeare there, I think.
Lovely, wasn't it?
Well, fantastic stuff, yeah. So yeah, one to think about on the way to Tool Station, I think. Just, you know.
Look, people can like Shakespeare, whatever they do for a living, Ollie, so I think you're being very snobby there, actually.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there. You're probably right. This is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT with me, Olly Clink, alongside Charlie Baker. The Commonwealth Games is well underway in Glasgow. talkSPORT bringing you all of the action. Here's our reporter, John Cushing. John.
Hello, John.
Hiya, well, welcome to glorious Glasgow. It's 17 Celsius here and pouring with rain. Now, the Welsh have been winning in the boxing this lunchtime. 3 medals guaranteed. Rosie Eccles knocked down her opponent twice to reach the semi-finals. Owen Harris-Allen beat Scotland's Nick Devlin in the lightweight, and victory for Orlando Holly Satomi in the light middleweight. Michaela Walsh also has her 4th boxing medal in 4 Commonwealth Games for Northern Ireland. There are 10 more home nation fighters tonight, including Team GB Olympian Chantel Reid in the women's light and middleweight. Can't wait to see how they get on. Now, there was a shock at Toll Cross earlier as defending Commonwealth Games champion Duncan Scott didn't qualify for the men's 200-metre freestyle final. And with only one night left, the Australian swimming team, who are nicknamed, by the way, the Dolphins, are set to establish a new Commonwealth Games record for most golds and most medals won. Now, no such worries for Scotland teammate Josh Kerr, the new world record holder here at the Scotstoun Stadium. Easily won his mile heat to reach Saturday's final. England's Arnell Hughes, 6th fastest into the men's 200 metres semis tomorrow. Commonwealth Games champion Emmanuel Esame of Cameroon also through. And Lena Nielsen was 3rd fastest into the final of the Friday's 400 metre hurdles this morning. Emily Newnham also there for Team England. The tickets are still available. Glasgow2026.com is the place to go. This is the Commonwealth Games, and it is live across the talkSPORT network.
John, thanks very much indeed. Thanks, I have some news on Alex Crook and how he's getting on at Goodwood.
Yeah.
He won 6 of 8 yesterday, which is just remarkable, isn't it? Despite the fact he bets on the entire field. 2 from 3 so far.
2 from 3. 0 from 2 for Rupert Bell at the moment. But hey, and do you know who we're talking to in the last hour? Ollie, I hope you do, because you've got the same running order as me. And that is Sam Tolchard, who is the Commonwealth Bowls champion.
Where's he from, Charlie?
He's from Torquay. That's why we've got him on. It's a little bit of West Country corner for us. We're going to have him on later on, speak to him, see how he gets on, see if he supports the Yellows.
Oh, he must do, surely.
Torquay have released their away shirt today, and I tell you, it is sensational, Ollie.
It's spicy.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Talk me through it.
It's blue. It's Boca Juniors kit, basically.
Oh, nice.
It's always a nice shirt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Blue with the yellow stripe on it.
Yeah.
And they have done some good kits off.
You could get Andy Jacobs in one of them.
Oh, yeah, I reckon I can. Yeah.
There's your Boca shirt, Andy.
There's your Boca shirt. For you.
Shake it, you won't notice.
Andy loves the goals. I know it deep down here. Everyone loves the goals. We're going to walk the league this year. Do you know that? Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Really?
Absolutely amazing.
It's complete opposite to how I feel about Newcastle, isn't it?
Walking it.
Walking it. Who we signed?
We just won it by Christmas. We won it by Christmas, yeah.
That's it.
No problem at all. But the new away shirt, sensational work from the lads at VX3. I'm not sponsored by them. I sounded like I was then.
Have they sent you a new?
No, they've not sent me a shirt. No.
They can.
No, look, I'm not here for freebies. I'm not here for free. I'm here to talk sport. Something you might start to do instead of discussing Shakespeare's plays and Panama hats.
Talking of which, we were talking about the cheating scandal, weren't we? The cricket cheating scandal. At the start of the show, we were asking you for your cheating stories. We'll keep you anonymous if you want us to.
Yes.
But whenever you cheated at sport, and the more ingenious, the better, I think. You know, because look, if you don't like the clicking, that's fine. But it is clever. It is clever. You can't deny it.
It is clever. They've obviously been getting away. It won't be the only bloke doing it or woman doing it. Only person doing it in the whole country of thousands and thousands and thousands of people play cricket, don't they?
Of course.
I'm sure. It's not the first time, is it?
And it might get you in West Side Story as well.
It might do, you know. And more. I mean, you really, with the Romeo and Juliet reference now, we've had all the Scottish plays.
All sorts. But yeah, plenty of people have been getting in touch.
Oh, good news.
On the cheating. And some interesting stories too. And a few about actually some famous footballers as well.
Oh, okay.
I think Jimmy Greaves famously didn't like the 5 mile run. We had a text on that and didn't like the 5 mile run, so would hop in a little cab.
Oh, would get a cab? Would it be that?
Yeah. Anyway,
what happened to fish footballers? Says Steve from Wincham. Shall I find some?
Yeah. Well, I've got one. Graham tweeted me at Olly Clink, and I think this is difficult.
You're doing your own personal one here. That's nice. Yeah.
Why not?
Cool. Yeah.
Carp Court. Carl Court.
Very nice.
But Court obviously spelt.
Yeah. CAUGHT.
Got you.
Steve from Wincham gets back in touch. Paul Scholes. Beautiful. Very, very nice.
Gary Monkfish.
Very nice.
That'll do, won't it?
Alan Troughton. He's an East Fife legend. There we are.
There we go.
Codney Marsh. Very nice.
Codney Marsh is good.
That's very good.
I like that.
Virgil van Pike. Oh, that's the best one. That's Dean in Brentwood.
That's good stuff.
Thank you very much. And Sol Campbell. Very, very good.
Oh,
Sol Campbell.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Slippery customer.
Yes. Are we going to the phone lines? Don't say the names though, Ollie, in case that how do we go to them?
Right, we've got. I'm going to make the name up here.
We'll put someone through and we'll talk to them, see if they want to say their name.
Let's go.
Hello, caller.
Hello, Ollie. Hello, Charlie.
Hello there. Hello, yeah.
Hello, anonymous.
You can
caller.
say your name if you want to, but this is the cheating amnesty.
The story is not about me, so I can reveal my name. I'm Jamie.
Grassing someone up, Jamie. He's a grass.
Yeah, I am, but you'll see the reason why in a minute.
Okay.
But Charlie, this is a Southwest story.
Oh, good news.
It comes from sunny Dawlish.
Okay, yeah, very nice. Yeah, very nice to go to Dawlish. Yeah, on the train line there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I was sadly born and bred there.
Oh, very well done. On the go-kart Black Swans there in Dawlish, don't they?
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So this is a cross-country race akin to the one that was it Glenn the Caller?
Glenn the Caller, hid in the bush. Yeah.
Well, this person didn't hide in the bush. So the gentleman in question was called John. I'm not going to reveal his surname, other than he had a nickname called Fudge.
All right.
That probably gives you a little bit of an example of what.
All right.
Like.
Okay. I think I've worked out his surname, but we'll carry on as we go. Keep going.
Not a problem at all. So what happened? We started the race, and Fudge was at the back of the course, and he ended up jumping on a bus and going home.
Gee.
And then jumping on the bus back to school, and he ended up first in the race.
Yeah.
Coming over the school field, only to end up 10th in the race.
Fudgy. What
he should have packed it. He should have packed it in. He really should have. Which bus? You're listening to BBC Radio Devon. Which bus?
Probably what is now the number 2.
Yeah, the teeny bus was it. They'll go Teignmouth, Dawlish, Warren. And then all the way through to Exeter.
Yeah, so he was out the other side, the Exeter side,
Oh,
jumped
yeah.
on the bus there, and obviously got back on it and ended up, as I said, first in the race after we'd run about 3.5 miles round Dawlish Warren.
Whoa, and on the sand dunes there as well, Ollie, as you know.
Oh, yeah. Tough.
Yeah, well, that wasn't good, but yeah. So I just thought, hence why I can.
Well, we're not asking people to. This isn't grass people up as the phone in. This is you have to
understand
an
that, but
amnesty.
it's
So
the
we'll
nature.
accept the call, but thanks for calling.
Fudge, if you want to throw Jamie under the bus,
Yeah,
for some
yeah,
TV
yeah, that's a good
done,
idea,
you're welcome. 03717223344. Can't believe that first caller with grass. Jamie,
We've allowed a grass.
We've allowed a grass.
There's grass in here.
Yeah. Anyway, keep those calls coming in and your texts as well.
Harry Redsnapper, very, very good. Thomas,
very good. Very good indeed.
Ross's son.
This is Clink and Baker here.
Eric Tench Haag. Nice, David in
Tench,
Romford. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
John Scales. Thank you, Adam from Reading.
This is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT. Plenty still to come for you. We're going to be chatting to Sam Tolchard from Torquay about his bowls at the Commonwealth Games. And keep those calls coming in on the cheating too. This is talkSPORT.
I'm curious, Oliver, after that initial discussion where you said you were leaving the club and then you did remarkably well, you became the most successful manager Palace have ever had. Was there late on ever a discussion to try and keep you at the club?
No, I was very clear in my message, and I told the players before I announced it publicly. I told the players before, and I told them the same because many had concerns. Can we end the season successfully? And I told them, if they now drop the standard, I would feel that I failed. Because this was always the message, don't do it for the manager, it just makes no sense. Do it for yourself, do it for the group, do it for the fans, do it for the club. And I think then winning the Conference League just showed that we created a different mindset, that we set different standards in the club so that the players are ambitious, they want to play European football again, that they want to win silverware. And I think this was, for me personally, was the biggest achievement in this more than 2 years at Palace, that we really could change the mindset of the players and of the club, and that makes me proud. And so it was always clear to leave, but it was also on the other side always clear that we will work very hard, that we will stick together until the end.
This is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT with me, Olly Clink, alongside Charlie Baker. We were doing some fish footballers because you went fishing over the weekend, didn't you, Tom?
Good, lovely fishing down at the fishery yesterday. I really
Got any more for
enjoyed
us?
it. Ryan Graven perch.
Good.
That's a banger from.
Could have James Perch.
Okay.
Do you know what? You could
could
also
text in 81089, Ollie.
You could have
text your own show.
Yeah, I will. Connor Salmon. But they're two down the line.
Text them in and they'll get
Ollie
read out.
says. Ollie
in London.
Ollie in London. Thanks for your text, Ollie. 81089. We want some.
Halibut Troutman. That's very nice.
That's
Halibut Troutman. Very good indeed. Obviously played on with a broken fin.
Yeah.
I don't know. Carry on. Move on.
Anyway, you were talking about the new Torquay kit.
Yeah, I was. Sorry, I forgot we were doing kits, and I've already brought up a Torquay kit, but we're going to do Leyton Orient's new kit.
We are indeed,
Yes.
because Maber have got the steer on this. Joining us now is the head of global marketing at Maber, Jonathan Jones. Jonathan, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Ollie. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks.
People all know Maber because of I think your main brilliant output is the Barcelona kit.
Yeah, so we were Barcelona's first ever kit supplier from 82 to 92. During that time, Maradona wore the kit, Lineker, Koeman, Guardiola. So we were intrinsically linked to that era of football in Spain.
Yeah.
But not just Barcelona, it was Valladolid, Real Betis, Espanyol, Atletico Madrid. So,
Yeah.
so we're a Spanish brand, but we're now branching out worldwide.
Amazing heritage that to have,
Great
isn't it?
heritage.
You can picture the kit, can't you? As soon as you say those names, you know exactly, and it's a gorgeous one. But now doing some work with Leyton Orient.
Yeah, so we've signed in Leyton Orient, who are our first league team in the UK. We've got Hartlepool and Scunthorpe already, but this is the league team.
That'll sting the Hartlepool and
Yeah, well, hopefully
that'll
they'll
sting
come
for
up to
Jeff
the league.
Stelling, won't it? You know that they're not a league side. They were for a bit.
They were for a bit. Hopefully they'll come up. But yeah, so Leyton Orient's our biggest team in the UK.
Yeah.
We've already launched our away kit, which is the biggest record sales day for the club in a number of years.
Fantastic.
And then this Friday we've got a big launch for their home kit.
Fantastic.
And Pete, now, when you're designing a kit, if there's been quite a lot of complaints about the Newcastle kit, hasn't there? Because they're still stripy, but they've made the stripes thinner. So you know you're messing with sort of fans, ownership, and how they feel about the club. You know, it's really so important, isn't it? It's intrinsic.
It's a huge part of any club. To me, it's the beating heartbeat of any football team.
Yeah.
It's the thing that's seen most. It's the thing that the badge is on. You know, it's everywhere around the club. So for us, it's really it's a balancing act between taking heritage, taking history, taking really interesting stories about the club, but also pushing forward at the same time. And I think with Leyton Orient, we've got three really different kits, three really different stories to tell. And fingers crossed, if we do it well, everyone will be happy.
Yeah, it's funny, just going back to the Newcastle kit, because if you haven't seen it, look, it looks a little bit like a barcode, let's be honest, which is the unfortunate nickname for Newcastle. But I wanted to ask you about this, because there was a bit of a theory about it that I saw with some fans, and that's that they want the kit to be sold in America as much as possible. But the issue with Newcastle is, if you've got black and white stripes, you're a referee. So they've done a quirkier design to try and get the shirt sold over in the US. Now, obviously, you know, that doesn't mean that fans should be happy about it. That doesn't mean that they've gone against what is tradition. But is that something that these kit companies would think about?
I mean, I think absolutely. You know, with Adidas who are doing Newcastle, they'll think about everything, think about global. And I think you have to do that as a manufacturer. But for us, you've got to get the fans on side. You've got to get the local fans on side. It has to look great on the pitch. And I think when you start to mess with that, troubles may occur. But through my experience doing this, if the team does well, people like the kits.
How does it work? Do you have a team on the home kit and a team? I know you're a smaller manufacturer, but do you have a team on the home kit designing it? Same person design all three? How does it work?
Yeah, so normally we select a designer for each of the kits for each of our teams, but it's a collaborative process between us and the club. For each individual kit, home, away, third, we might start with 8 or 9 different designs. We take a brief from the club and we hone that using a number of different factors, be it heritage, be it history, be it an anniversary, be it something local to the club, be it something they want to celebrate. So we go through quite a big briefing process, but after that, we gradually sort of filter that down and get to a point where we're happy. Sometimes we'll invite outside people to look at designs. It might be a local designer or an artist or whatever it may be. But I think the important thing is to continue to come up with kits that celebrate the history of the team, but also push things forward.
And people like the kit if you win in it.
Absolutely.
That's normally it, isn't it?
Yeah, we had Newcastle had a kit when they went down to the Championship in 2009. You might remember it, bright yellow. Everything was bright yellow, the shorts and the socks. It was likened to the Honey Monster, but they got promoted in that kit at Plymouth, so it's kind of got that a little bit of a love affair with it now. Yeah,
it's a bit like the Arsenal bruised banana. At the time, no one liked it. Adidas have brought it back this year. You know, it's that a kit can achieve a cult status without really doing anything. And I think, you know, the proliferation of football kits, they're not just worn on the terraces anymore. They're not just.
So that's a huge market, isn't it? Yeah,
it's a fashion item now, and the crossover between football, music, and fashion is huge. So you have to take those factors into consideration.
Which you've done in the past. You did a kit for the Libertines. Is that correct?
Yeah. So
they sponsored a kit.
Yeah. So we're Margate's kit supplier, but Libertines.
Margate, that's it.
Libertines are the sponsors of that team, but we've done separate kits for Baby Shambles. We were the first people ever to make a kit for the Beatles. You know, we do some really interesting stuff. We've done.
What are you playing? I'm playing. I think I'm playing Ringo in midfield.
Great, I would play Ringo in midfield. Solid 4.
Flat back 4.
Flat back 4. George Harrison in goal. I think he's tallest. Lennon up front.
Yeah,
it's interesting that the heritage thing too, isn't it? Because that's something else we've seen across the board. There's clubs now that they'll always have some sort of mark towards history, or they have a different crest as well. Some of the old crests are coming back, so it's very much on trend, isn't it, to bring back some of that history into your kit?
Yeah, I mean, and I think, you know, that's what the circle of football kits is like. It's honouring heritage, but it's also pushing things forward. And I think we are at Mabel, because of our heritage in Barcelona, it would be really easy for us just to lean back to old designs.
Yeah.
But for Leyton Orient, for example, there's 2 standout kits that have history and heritage tied into them. But the third kit is a really fashion-forward, completely different, crazy kit design. I think you need to give everybody a sort of sprinkling of everything.
Third kit, you can sort of do what you like.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Big time.
Do what you like. But you're having a massive launch this Friday, and there's still some tickets available.
Yeah, still a few tickets available. So the launch is at Big Penny Social, which is in Walthamstow, just down the road from the stadium. With that, we're doing a Q&A with about 10 players. We've got the manager, Richie Wellens, on stage. We'll be talking about how we went about the process of creating the film. From there, there's a great band called the Bracknell who have provided a song for the launch video.
All right.
They're doing a 40-50 minute set, so just to see them would be amazing. We've then got some local DJs playing. So it's probably
a proper launch. Yeah,
it's a proper, and I think it's probably the biggest launch in League One. It's certainly the biggest launch for Leyton Orient, and this is really a Premier League sort of style launch. So we're really keen for people to come down. It's not just about Leyton Orient fans. There'll be lots of other things available to do. You know, big plug, but tickets are only a tenner, and you get free beer when you get in. So it's not bad.
You say Big Penny Social. Yeah.
I watched the whole World Cup at
It's
Big
amazing.
Penny Social. There'll be a table missing at the back because my mate Toby went through it after we beat Mexico.
Right, we'll find
Sorry
Toby's
about
table.
that. Yeah, we'll do it. Jonathan, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolute pleasure, guys.
People can find the launch video online as well, can't they?
Yeah, so we'll launch it at the same time. So it'll be about 7:30, 8 o'clock on Friday.
Brilliant stuff. Jonathan Jones there, Head of Global Marketing at Mabel, and get yourself down to that big launch at Big Penny Social.
Yeah, that'd be a good night out.
Yeah. There is a table missing though, like I say. Anyway, more live racing to come in just a moment here on Clink and Baker on talkSPORT.
It has gone crazy, but I think that you almost have to just suspend your reality.
And not the worst things about this crazy spending. How many in the history of the Premier League have actually landed?
No, that's true.
One.
I would say
One,
of
Virgil
the most
van Dijk. One
of the most expensive players in the Premier League. Like Romelu Lukaku is on that list twice.
Yeah.
And he failed twice. Paul Pogba is on that list. Failed.
Harry Maguire's not failed, but
I mean, Andrei Shevchenko at one point would have been on that list. Failed. Fernando Torres at one point would have been on that list. Failed.
Yeah.
There are countless examples of players who have moved for huge amounts of money, come with that level of expectation. And
Declan Rice has lived up to it.
Declan Rice has most certainly lived
still
up to
too much, but he's lived up to it.
Well, Declan Rice is actually an interesting one because I would argue that if there is a £100 million player, Declan Rice is it. Declan Rice.
That's
I think. Declan Rice has 100 million. Well, if you look at what Declan Rice has done since he's been at Arsenal, he won European silverware, uninspiring European silverware in my opinion, but he won European silverware at West Ham.
Good afternoon, this is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT in for Hawksby and Jacobs. I'm Olly Clink alongside Charlie Baker. A couple of bits of transfer news to bring you from talkSPORT's Ben Jacobs. Firstly, Nottingham Forest now in advanced talks for Ousmane Diomande, the centre-back. He was linked with Liverpool, by the way. This would be a bit of a coup for Nottingham Forest, but Ben says there's confidence on all sides that an agreement could be reached in the coming days.
They got 120 million.
Yeah.
Burning a hole in their pocket, haven't they?
Big time, yeah. And not more exciting news for Max Scott over at their pre-season training camp. And in very big news, Real Madrid have opened initial talks with Manchester City to sign Rodri. Rodri's made it clear that he wants the move. Man City would prefer to keep him even if he fails to sign a new contract. But the arrival of Ayoub Bouadi, who was very impressive for Morocco at the World Cup, or another midfielder could allow for a sale. So Real Madrid opening talks for Rodri. We'll bring you a bit more on that throughout the day, I'm sure. But it's time for some more live racing from glorious Goodwood. It's the Moulcombe Stakes up next. Let's rejoin talkSPORT's Rupert Bell alongside former jockey Lizzie Kelly. Rupert, Alex Crook is on fire. 6 out of 8 winners yesterday. He's 2 from 3 today. 8 winners in his last 11.
Both been favourites, haven't they? So it's a bit obvious. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
He's just favourite back. He's just tipping the favourites. There's nothing clever about that. So put Crook in.
You need to lose your money like Rupert Bell.
Yeah.
Just 0 from 2.
You just need to do it do it with dignity. And you forgot the most important bit of the race title of this one. It's the Verve Clico Malcolm Stakes. So, I mean, that is really disrespectful of you, when I'm trying to make sure I get product from the sponsors here. So
I remember when you had you were lent a Longines watch for the weekend.
Wrong meeting.
You kept saying it so much that you thought when they came and took it back. A sad day in the Bell household.
Anyway, they're nearly all in. So, Lizzie, we better bring in Lizzie here and find out what she recommends here.
I really like El Floridita each way. Ran an absolute blinder in the Norfolk over 5, which is a Group 2, finished second at Royal Ascot. I think that this is a perfect race and definitely a little bit of a bigger price as well.
And I fancy Cell Shark to keep my run going, which is co-owned by Michael Owen. But Adonius, trained by Rebecca Menzies, big chance for her on a big racing stage to show her worth as a trainer. But they're off and running. Sail Shark gets a good break on the far side. Also right up there, Adonius is prominent. Another one who is prominent is Bill the Bull. Freewheeling in the early stages is Brazilian Diva. Also right up there, Flight Signal, as they blaze through the first furlong here. 5 furlongs the trip. Brazilian Diva over from Ireland is just leading on this near side. Hell of a spin going well on this stand side. Adonius is right up there. Sail Shark trying to get into the mix as well. And another one, Bill the Bull, is still prominently trying to pick up. Pashada's got to find a wall of horses, but Adonius just may have the advantage still for Kaya Fraser. And Adonius, with a furlong to go, has gone into the lead, but coming up on this near side, hell of a spin, and Pashada may be just mowing into Adonius's lead, and Pashada has gone into the lead for Sean Levy. Pashada have come away and won that very...
Yeah, fantastic performance. I'm blown away by that. Like, that was really, really impressive. The way that she's just stayed on and on and on. We know that she likes it here. She is a course and distance winner. She ran a good race in the Queen Mary, but that, I think, is an improvement again from her.
And Adonius, I think, has just held on for second, and maybe hell of a spin, I think, was third. But Pashada has stormed to victory, and she looks a very promising sort indeed. And another favourite backer, and please tell me Crookie didn't back this one. It's Pashada, the 11-4 favourite.
There we are. We know he did, though, Rupert. We know that he backed the whole field, didn't it? Yeah, actually, I had that one. Pashada, I think, mate, yeah. No, the owner from Bournemouth, I think, yeah.
Lizzie, when all the favourites come in and you are a jockey, do you look round and go, oh, well, just all favourites today? Is that something that happens?
Yeah, it gets a bit annoying, especially if you're not on a favourite.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it.
But yeah, it's an odd one. Some days it just seems to favour those favourites, and it just seems like everybody's got it right. But yeah, it's a tricky day today. I'm trying to come up with interesting and unusual choices so that people don't think you're just tipping favourites, but it's just the way it's going today.
I tell you, we could stop it. Rupert, you tip the favourite, and then that'll be it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I want the favourite to win in the next race, because that is the big one. Bo Echo well, I hope not, because horse has been unbeaten and has been terrific so far.
Rupert?
Oh, stop it.
Oh, I got Crookie earlier.
Stop it. Stop it.
Everyone's been
I've been done about 10.
Very boring.
Yeah.
Very boring.
It's such an old gag now.
Yeah, so old.
Yeah.
Who does old jokes on this show, honestly?
Well, I just like to bring a Shakespearean reference for you all, just to confuse everybody. But Bo Echo hopefully will continue in what could be a fascinating renewal of this Sussex Stakes. So it could be a real treat for the crowd here. And if the favourite wins, then it will be able to celebrate a real equine superstar.
Yeah, Lizzie, we'll hear that race live in Drive, the 4:10. What are you expecting from it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. Everyone keeps saying it's going to be really messy, which is a bit concerning. Obviously, we've got Gustard taking on Bo Echo again. They've met twice before, so and Bo Echo has managed to beat Gustard on both occasions, but last time at Royal Ascot it was as close as it could have been. I think he was only beaten ahead. There was chat last time they met about team tactics from Aidan O'Brien's stable, and so it was quite a controversial race. And obviously Aidan O'Brien's got 2 other horses running in this race today, so the potential for maybe more team tactics or slightly unsporting ways of riding horses is there. That, to be fair, I mean, it's a Group 1 with 2 main characters, but underneath them, you know, the other horses in this race are pretty decent. We've seen 10 Bob Tony win twice this year. Seagull's 11, who do you always say? Brighton, is it?
It's owned by a lot of Brighton players.
Yeah, so that's an interesting runner in there. We've got Opera Ballo, who's a really smart horse, and actually Lake Forest is running in it, who won yesterday. So it'd be interesting to see if he can back up that performance yesterday.
Crookie will back the Brighton horse. Yeah,
That's what he'll do, yeah.
Yeah, no, from South Coast days, actually, mate, yeah. He will back that horse big time. So he might finally have a bit of a loser there. But, guys, thank you very much indeed. We'll check back in with you, for that 10 past 4 race. That'll be live on Drive Pashada, the winner of that.
Followed a fly at the end of the race there, didn't he?
Did, yeah. Bit of Verve Clico, maybe?
Bit of Verve Clico.
Go down the wrong way.
I don't know what's dropped in his. It's hot, isn't it? It's very hot.
It is hot. It is very hot today. We brought you that breaking news about Rodri just before we went to that race.
Some player.
Best
player in the world, Ollie?
He's best midfielder in the world. Got to be. He's got to be, hasn't he? Ballon d'Or winner. Just captain Spain to another World Cup.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think Torquay again with the league. Look, absolutely unbelievable. And he does the quiet stuff, doesn't he?
Exactly.
He does the quiet stuff you don't notice. He just absolutely brilliant. Makes more passes than anybody else. You don't see any sort of fancy Dan running around up front stuff.
No.
Makes teams tick, gives them strength, gives them guile. Is exactly what you want. I think Adam Wharton could become that.
Do you?
If he gets a decent move. I think he needs to get to a big club this summer.
Where should he go?
I can see him at Liverpool. I think he'd be amazing at Liverpool, Adam Wharton. But I think he could become the next. Maybe. I mean, Elliot Anderson and Wharton in the same team at Man City. Could that work?
It could work.
Just linking players now to anyone.
Anyone? Why not? Why not? It's the summer. Who cares?
That's what happens, isn't it?
Link.
I like it.
Go on, link a random player. Link a random player. Go on.
I hear Spurs are in for Marcus Rashford.
Are you?
I've heard that, yeah.
You've heard that on talkSPORT? That could be all over Twitter.
Yeah. Well, I heard that, though.
Oh, you did?
Which I think is a good sign for Spurs.
Where did you hear that?
On the Clink and Baker show.
Just now?
Yeah, just a minute ago. Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Yeah, Charlie Baker.
Sunderland are in for Voltimada, which is interesting because not many players go from Newcastle to Sunderland.
Yeah, scored for them last season, though, didn't they?
Yeah. He did, and that's when they thought this guy's got something about it.
Something. This is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT. We're going to be chatting in just a moment to Sam Tolchard.
Yes.
Commonwealth gold.
Get on, by.
Bowls player. And where's he from, Charlie?
He's the West Country once again, holding up England's end.
You're going to be so gutted if he's not a Torquay fan, aren't you?
Well, we'll find out. Let's find out.
I can't wait for that. By the way, Racing TV is the only channel showing every race live from the Qatar Goodwood Festival and Galway Festival this week. talkSPORT listeners can enjoy a free 1-month trial of the channel. Head to racingtv.com/free trial now. Terms apply.
This is probably one that Darryl would be more interested in because it concerns his beloved Liverpool.
Don't sign him. Don't sign him.
You don't want him?
No, not for that kind of money, no. We need a central defender. We need another midfielder. Yes, we need a winger. They spent 100-odd million on him. They're not going to do any more, and we need a right back. I just think, I look at his figures, and I look at where he is and whatever else. No, I'm not having it. Not having it. Nope. No.
Wow. See, I think he'd be a great addition to the Premier League. But in terms of the figures, obviously PSG were touting over the weekend. They wanted 145 million. I think the opening bid from Liverpool is going to be a lot less than that, maybe nearer the 80 to 100 million pound mark with add-ons. Will that be enough to persuade them to do business? Who knows? But Barker isn't signing a new contract as it stands, so PSG not necessarily in a strong position.
Why do you think he'll be a serious asset in the Premier League? Tell me what he can do in the Premier League. I've looked at all his data. I've seen his Champions League data. I've seen in France. Someone even put up a comparison with Cody Gakpo, and I'm not his biggest fan. Gakpo was pretty much ahead of him in a lot of the data. World Cup goals, Champions League goals, and I'm not no comparison, but you've just made a statement there that you want to see him in the Premier League and whatever. Why?
I think he's a top player. I think he's been a top player for France. He's part of a PSG team that won the Champions League 2 seasons in a row. And I think we need that bit of stardust in the Premier League. We've lost, obviously, Mo Salah. You'd have been sad to see him go. It doesn't look like Vinicius Junior is going to end up on these shores. Yan Diamonde was wanted by Liverpool at one stage, but he's going to Real Madrid. So I just think
Good afternoon, this is Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT with me, Olly Clink, alongside Charlie Baker. We're in for Hawksbee and Jacobs this afternoon.
If anyone's missed anything on the show, by the way, there is a podcast available.
Absolutely. Good stuff today as well.
Very
Susan
good stuff.
McCabe,
Yeah,
comedian and Celtic fan. It was really good fun. We had a few cheating stories a bit earlier.
Yes, that was good.
About the local cricket cheating scandals.
Lots of fish footballers, that's been good.
Some fish footballers too. Charlie telling about his £14 common carp that he caught yesterday.
Anyone wants to see a picture, I'm happy to show you.
Yeah,
if you bump into me.
On Plenty of Fish.
Yeah. No.
Not yet. Anyway, the Commonwealth Games.
When she sees sense, maybe.
Yeah. It's getting straight on there. First picture. The Commonwealth Games is well underway. We're keeping you across all the action on talkSPORT. John Cushing has been watching for us.
Yeah, the fish are loving the weather up here at the moment. Contrasting emotions, though, for two of the faces of these games for Scotland in action on day 6. There was shock for Duncan Scott in the swimming at Tollcross, the reigning champion not qualifying for the men's 200-metre freestyle final tonight. James Guy, Tom Dean, Matt Richard, Jack McMillan, 2 Aussies and 2 New Zealand swimmers will be in that final. It's one of the highlights of the games this evening at 7:20. You'll be able to hear that on talkSPORT 2. Now, Scotland's Josh Kerr, in contrast, the Olympic 1500-metre silver medalist, the 2023 world champion, the world record holder in the mile, as we know from 2 weeks ago, won his heat comfortably in the Commonwealth mile, so he's through to the final. Reigning Australian 1500-metre champion Oliver Hoare will also be there despite falling in the first heat, so he didn't qualify, but they've appealed Australia and he's now qualified and been reinstated, and he will run in the mile final on Saturday. Other athletics highlights: new Northern Ireland's Kate O'Connor threw a Commonwealth game best in the javelin, and she leads heading into the final event, the 800 metres tonight. England have won a weightlifting silver with Isabella Brown in the women's 79 kilogram. Wales's Laura Hughes grabbed bronze. 4 more medals guaranteed in the boxing as well, 3 of them for Wales, including Rosie Eccles. We've got 10 more quarterfinals tonight for the home nations, and defending champions England take on Australia in the men's 3x3 gold medal match in basketball at 7:30. Tickets are available. You can check out glasgow2026.com. This is the Commonwealth Games, and it is live across the talkSPORT network.
Magic.
John, thanks very much indeed. And what a treat now. We can speak to a Commonwealth Games gold medalist.
I'm thrilled about this. Yeah, I'm thrilled about
in
this.
the bowls, it's Sam Tolchard of Torquay. Sam, how you doing?
Hello, Sam.
Hi, mate. Great, thanks.
Good news. I asked for you to come on, Sam, just before we go any further. I said we've got to get Sam Tolchard on. He's from Torquay. He's a Commonwealth gold medalist. He plays for Torquay United Bowls Club. I'm saying that. It says that on your Wikipedia, Sam. Pretty exciting day for Torquay United, but also yourself and your family, Sam?
Yeah, it's been an incredible few days here, and yeah, it hasn't really sunk in yet.
Oh, talk us through how it happened and how you went about getting that gold medal. It must be such a special moment for you.
Yeah, I lost my first group game. I was in probably what everyone labelled the group of death, and with two of the other home nations, I was with Scotland and Wales as well. And yeah, losing the first, only one through from each group, so I had to win every game and like have a result go my way after losing the first one. And yeah, fortunately did that, and then had a big win in the semis against Northern Ireland, and then beat the Malaysian in the final.
Fantastic. It's not your first rodeo, though, is it, Sam? You've won 9 national championship titles, including 6 singles titles. You know your way around. I'm going to say it's not a rink, is it? What would you call it?
Green.
A green?
So yeah, you play on a green, and then it's split into individual rinks.
So I wasn't wrong. Nice. Yeah. Good news. Yeah.
Halfway there.
When did you take it up?
I started when I was probably about 5. I used to go down and watch my dad play, and then started having a go when I was big enough to actually hold the bowls and throw them up the other end. And yeah, just gone from there, and I've never stopped.
Yeah, because you're from a sporty family, aren't you? I noticed your uncle played Test cricket for England, and your other uncle played cricket for Leicestershire and football for Torquay and Exeter, and your sister plays bowls as well. So Christmas must be like the most competitive place in the whole world.
Yeah, it's carnage. Just for the most basic games, obviously. Yeah, Sophie's Commonwealth Games gold medalist, and my cousin actually played cricket for New Zealand as well. So.
Wow. Yeah, there's been a lot of cheating at double, I think, in the house all over Christmas. Sam, I just want to ask you about bowls as a sport more generally, because you say there you started at the age of 5. I went out on holiday to Australia fairly recently, and what I noticed was there's a lot of bowling greens, and there's a lot of people of kind of, I don't know, mid-20s, even younger than that, who go down there and they enjoy themselves and have a bowl. Obviously, here, it's a bit more associated, isn't it, with the older generation. But what a fantastic sport. Would you like to see a bit more of, young people getting involved over here in England?
Yeah, unfortunately, it has that sort of image over here at the minute. Australia, it's pretty huge over there, and the clubs they have are absolutely massive. If you go past the bowls club during the day, unfortunately, not unfortunately, but you will always see the older generation. If you went down there in the evening, you'd see a totally different age group. Most people that we play with club-wise, county-wise, nationally-wise, are probably like not much older than your 20s, 30s, 40s. But yeah, the image is sadly that way, but I think it's changing all the time.
Yeah, then that's the thing. So how do, if people, young people want to get involved, or people are listening to it thinking, oh, my son or daughter might enjoy playing that, is there a website? Is there a good place they can, would you say just turn up at your local bowls club?
Exactly. Most areas will have a local bowls club, especially outdoors in the summer when the weather's good. You can visit the Bowls England website, and you'll be able to look through lists of clubs there and find your nearest clubs. And I think for anyone that's watched it on the TV this week, it's been amazing. The stadium here is incredible, and the atmosphere is brilliant. And I think the format, with it being shorter than normal and having a shot clock, the games are pretty short and sharp, and it's really good for TV.
Now, Sam, Charlie's been skirting around it. He said that you play for Torquay United.
No, his uncle did. No, his uncle played for Torquay United.
Yeah. Are you a Torquay United football fan?
Absolutely, yeah. Sadly.
Up the goals. This is so super.
It hurts.
The
last 2 years.
I'm going to speak to the team who run and own the club now, and I'd like you to take your gold medal round first game of the season v Horsham, Sam. We need that Commonwealth gold medal around the pitch, surely. To the Strains of Children by Robert Miles.
I know. Do you know what? I was going to ask for that as my walk-on song, but I was too slow getting it in.
Oh, that's what Torquay.
Oh wow, that would have been fantastic.
I mean, have you always gone and watched them, Sam?
Yeah, I've always gone and watched.
Favourite all-time player?
Favourite all-time player. I David Graham.
Oh yeah, he was good
in
for
my
us.
era.
Yeah, he
Do you
was.
remember him?
Yeah, he was amazing. David Graham was brilliant for us. Although he needed quite a lot of chances to score one, but he still scored about 24, 25. A promotion season, wasn't it? Under Leroy.
That was when we went up to League One. Yeah, he was brilliant.
Yeah, a good choice.
Yeah, great choice. Did you get to go now? Are you going to go to many games this season?
Yeah. So last year I was lucky enough to get to a few away games and quite a few home games. I was gutted actually. I couldn't make the playoff final. Went to the semi.
Yeah.
But couldn't make the playoff final. We were playing Wales in a test match.
Oh.
I actually had the game on my phone at the back of the rink of the game. I was
just gutted behind everyone. Yeah. Do you have colours in bowls? Do you get to choose? Would you ever choose yellow and blue as your kit choice?
Yeah. So funnily enough, here we've got to play with either red or blue for the TV.
Oh, no.
But at home, the bowls I use are yellow with like blue swirls going through them.
Get in, of course they are.
I just wanted, because you said you couldn't have the Torquay anthem as your walkout song. What was your walkout song? How hard can you go as you're walking out to play bowls?
I don't know. There was a list you could have and a list you couldn't have. It was more so because I was late getting it in.
What did you go for? A bit thunderstruck?
I don't even actually know what I did come out to. I think it was different every time.
Well, it's lucky now. You need whatever it is. Whatever it is, we need it down at Plainmoor, Sam.
I know. I think one of the other times I came out to the Fugees, Ready or Not.
Oh, that's
not bad.
That's a good
like
idea.
Boxing ring walk to come out to.
Most of the time, Torquay United will go not.
This is the year.
Hey,
This is the year.
Congratulations, Sam.
great stuff,
It's
Sam.
brilliant to see some international success coming out of Torquay, as always. Brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us on.
There we go. Sam Tolchar, gold medalist. Fantastic for him. And fantastic for bowls as well. Honestly, I wasn't joking. When I was out in Australia,
Yeah.
honestly, like teenagers,
I
everyone.
can see you in it, mate.
It's good fun.
I can see you doing it.
Could you?
Yeah.
Little flat cap on or something like that?
No, why are you saying people have to wear flat caps for it?
Why not?
You've been patronising about people enjoying Shakespeare today, and now you're patronising.
I know, patronising.
It's a real shame, Ollie. It's a real shame.
Anyway, see you tomorrow,
I've
Charlie.
enjoyed today. See you tomorrow, Ollie.
Great fun. You've been listening to Clink and Baker here on talkSPORT. Don't go anywhere. Up next, it's Drive with Adeola Depot and Rory Jennings.
It's boxing. I said it in the interview the other day. It's heavyweight boxing. He got caught by a fighter who's had 20 knockouts. Yes, albeit Prenga wasn't a hugely recognised name prior to that, but you don't get 20 knockouts, without being able to punch. And that's boxing. And the reality is, as AJ showed, it's getting back up from that and building your way back into the fight and finishing it the way he did. Did I expect that in the first round? No. But he showed his heart, his determination, and everything that's got him to this point in the sport.
Are you into boxing conspiracies?
No, I mean, is Simon Jordan under the desk somewhere?
He's on holiday this week, mate. But I've got his tweet here.
Well, yeah, you got Simon Jordan. You got the other guy.
Oh yeah, but Paulie Malignaggi was on a little earlier on as well.
Exactly.
He said a very similar thing. So basically, Simon wrote on X, I'm sure people have seen this, that he wasn't having the fight and that something was not quite right, as it was designed to rinse the maximum amount of money. Do you agree?
I mean, did he confirm any more? Has he spoken about it verbally?
I've not personally spoken to him, mate. I don't like to put words in people's mouths off the back of social media. No, I've not spoken to him about it, mate. I'm just going off what he's written on social media.
From what he's written, what he's suggesting is that the fight was in some way, I guess what he's trying to say is fixed.
Yeah.
So you think AJ got knocked down twice to then get back up and finish it like that? I mean, I was actually getting on with Simon Jordan for quite a while, but he does he does always find his way back into saying something stupid, doesn't he?